Strange people noises. They're gonna go away soon, I promise. Maybe. Huh? That looks good, right? I'd say that looks good. Yeah. Chad, hello? Anyone there? Alright, I got my first mosquito bite. Fucking hell. Probably gonna have a lot by the end of the day, I'd say. That's more than likely gonna be a thing. Imagine being outside for prolonged periods of time. Ugh, gross. Alright, chat. Is this working? We good? Is this alive? We broadcasting to the internets at the moment? Need some sort of confirmation, otherwise I'm just sitting here, some dude outside talking to himself, which is weird. Don't like that. Don't want to do that. There's so many bugs flying around. Why do people go outside? This is horrible. This is awful. Bugs and noises and water, and it's very, very irritating. Oh, okay. Oh, that's weird. The chat wasn't working on my main phone, but I guess it was working fine over here. Okay, well, that'll work. It's Joel's natural habitat. Yeah, dude, of all streams, to forget it, I forgot Joel. Like, I always forget something in some stream, and I forgot Joel this time, so that's unfortunate, but that's okay. Joel's plenty familiar with this territory already, since this is his home territory, right? Joel is here, he's just off swimming in the river right now, right? He's doing his own thing. Alright, get these bugs out of here. Yeah, so just assume that Joel's in the river right now. This is hardly a river, I'd call this more like it's a creek, for sure, but it counts. Anyways, hi, hello, what's up? It's, time for a little cheeky cooking stream. Oh shit. Where am I? I'm being kidnapped. I'm in the woods. Somebody's going to be murdering me after stream, but they're forcing me to do content first under gunpoint. It's the things you got to do as a Twitch streamer, you know? I don't know. But yeah, hi. Also, I like that your name is Salty Salsa. It reminds me of my old Twitch name. So yeah, we're doing a little cheeky cooking stream today, and in case you're not able to tell, we are indoors in front of a green screen. The effects that I'm able to do nowadays on OBS are insanely cool, right? And we're going to be doing some cooking out here. And because it is, in fact, hopefully since you read the title, Cinco de Mayo, almost. Technically it's tomorrow, but we're going to observe it today because tomorrow's a raid day. We're going to be doing some Mexican cooking. Now, traditionally, when I think of Cinco de Mayo being from California, it'd be like a day where like, oh yeah, big beach day. Oh yeah, it's super nice outside. Let's go to the beach. Let's hang out there. Cool. Well, living in Indiana nowadays, you only have so many options for the beach, right? So because of that, we decided to maybe do the best we could, right? So we're next to a body of water, kind of, sort of, and it's sunny out. It's nice out. It's actually really, really beautiful out here, as long as I'm in the shade, which I am. It's a little much in the sun, I'll say, but thankfully we chose a nice shady spot here on the Riviera. And we're going to be making today specifically, some fish tacos. And that fish, yes, I did catch it directly out of this river before the stream started. No need to question whether that's true or not. That's in fact how it did, or how it worked. My speedrunning knacks by the creek? Whoa! Where am I? This is not a camping trip, no, but I'm I'm actually in a public park. It's a park that I've actually streamed from before. It's the park that I did the camping in a cardboard box stream. It's also the same park where I did like the first iteration of the breakfast burrito stream. But for those streams, so this park's got two parts to it. It's got one part where it's just like a bunch of baseball fields and some picnic shelters and park grills, whatever. So that's the part I did the previous two. But then this park also has another part that is like just a woodsy trail part of the park where you can just walk around the little trails, and there's a creek and you come down here. So we're at the creek. And that's nice. So it looks like I'm in the middle of nowhere, right? It looks like I'm in the middle of wilderness. In reality, I'm like a 1-minute walk that way away from the parking lot, so it's not actually really that remote, but it feels remote. It looks remote, right? It looks comfy. So it's clearly an AI-generated river. Don't fool me, I'm sitting at home. Dude, it'd be a hell of a lot more convenient, I can tell you that, if I was doing this from home, because it's like I said, it's not that far from the parking lot, but still, walking all this shit that I got here all the way out here, across like the little creek and on this little, I'm basically on an island right now. was a lot of work, and it's going to really suck after the stream is over when I'm tired, but that's okay. That sounds like a problem for me like 3 hours from now, so it's all Gucci. I need to tell the audience I'm in the Outback and walk to that secluded area. The Outback? It's looking a little lush for the Outback, but it is a nice spot, right? All right. Waiting for ZG Buff. Okay. Let's start the actual cooking, shall we? Because I don't want to be here when it's dark, because that would suck. So let me plug in my chat phone so that way we can see things when we're cooking. If I can figure out how to plug in a USB port, there we go. All right. And let's get started on the cooking, because we got a few different things we got to put together, and some of them more time sensitive, I guess, than others. Watch out for ganks and dispellers. I mean, mostly it's just people nowadays that are like other raids that are coming in to drop ZG buff. I don't mind leeching, it's okay. Okay, let's get out our first thing. So, like I said, we're going to be making some fish tacos today. Now, why fish tacos? Well, first things first, because it is Cinco de Mayo after all, and therefore we want to make something Mexican. But I figured there's a Mexican restaurant back where I live, where I used to live, grew up in California. That used to be kind of like an institution of the area that I lived in, and it was a place that we'd go to all the time, especially on for lunch on the weekends. It was called, creatively enough, a restaurant called Baja Fish Tacos. That was literally just the name. And they had some specifically Ensenada-style tacos that were just absolutely fucking killer. Ah, so good. Best Ensenada-style tacos I've ever had in my life. And I figured, you know what? I'd love to try to replicate those, because for those that don't know, by the way, Ensenada-style tacos, they're fish tacos, but instead of just like regular fish inside, it's like beer-battered and deep-fried fish that you put inside, and then you have like a little cabbage shit that you'll sprinkle in there, some cabbage stuff, and then you'll have some chipotle crema sauce that you kind of, I don't know, just squeeze out over there, and then you put it all together, and it's a taco. So we're going to be trying our very hardest to replicate Ensenada-style tacos today. I will even link the recipe that we're going to use in chat today. Will I be able to make it as good as the restaurant from back home? I doubt it, because that shit's delicious, but we're going to try our best. So, first things first, before literally anything else, we're going to have to prep the cabbage stuff that we're going to put inside of it, because the cabbage stuff is going to need to marinate for a bit. Ideally, with this recipe that we're doing, it needs to marinate for like a day, but we don't have a day, so we're going to marinate for like a couple of hours while we do everything else. And call that good enough. So let's get started on that, shall we? So have our pristine... So you can tell that I made curry recently. I don't know if you can see how well you can see this, but like you can see like the little yellow outlines of like the curry block that I used and cut on this board. I promise I cleaned this in advance, but that stuff's very colorful, I guess. All right. Use our little paper towel trick to make it so that the cutting board sticks. And the nice thing about this area is this little spot I'm in, I have access to unlimited water. Huh, nice. Now, it's probably not water I should be drinking, but if it's just water I need to use to wet a paper towel so I can put it under the cutting board, then, well, that I think will get the job done just fine. Using some IRL consumes just right off the ground. How nice. What's up, Amino? Welcome, dude. Hi, what's up? And I was a little paranoid, like, before the stream started, because there was, like, a decent amount of people here, like, in this little area, because it's just a public park, right? But thankfully, like, right before stream started, people basically just started leaving. They all went away. So now I'm just like, there are a couple of other people over there. But anyways, we're mostly isolated right now and not feeling too weird and self-conscious, which is nice. I always appreciate that. Okay, so with this Baja Fish Tacos, we're going to, like I said, make the, I guess what the recipe calls it, curtido, which is basically just cabbage and some vegetables put together, blah, blah, blah. So let's start by chopping up some cabbage, shall we? I got a bowl in here. Hell yeah, got my nasty ass. Jesus, this looks really bad in the sunlight. Oh man, I should probably get a new bowl pretty soon. This is definitely well seasoned at this point. Extremely well seasoned. It's just, it's the color of nature, I promise. Yeah, it's fine. All right, so things we're gonna need for the curtido is cabbage, an onion, well, a little bit of onion, a jalapeno, vinegar, water, salt, and pepper. Pretty easy. So let's start by chopping up the cabbage, shall we? Now, when I went to the grocery store yesterday to buy the cabbage for this stream, it specifically called for 1/3 of a head of cabbage. So I figured, like, okay, I'll have to get a giant thing of cabbage and then just chop it up and just only use a little bit of it, right? But I found what could be the most adorable head of cabbage I've ever seen in my life. Look at this. Look how cute it is. It's like just like little handheld cabbage. Huh. Which is perfect, because this is probably about the equivalent of like 1/3 of a head of cabbage, right? So, hey, perfect. So we'll use that. Tiny cabbage, yeah, it's adorable, man. I was like, oh shit, that's perfect for the recipe we're making. Cool. And let's cut her up. Now, I don't know, it doesn't say specifically what consistency it wants us to chop it into, but I have an idea in my head of what it normally looks like when I have fish tacos and what it kind of looks like, so I'll just kind of eyeball it and hope for the best. I got a trash bag in here, right? Yes, sir. That one. Beat stream? Yeah, you got, you don't even have to pay extra this stream. You're welcome, chat. Oh. Alright, so I guess probably the outer layers I should just take off. And I mean, ideally you need to wash your cabbage, right? But like, ironically, my supply of water out here is somewhat limited. I know the irony of me saying that, but I don't really want to like wash the cabbage in this water because like I don't really trust this water to like be drinkable. But maybe if I just take the outer 2 layers off, that's probably fine. Call that good enough. The inside doesn't have dirt in it anyways, right? Plus a little dirt, add some extra texture. Nah, that's fine, whatever. You don't wash cabbage, just peel away the rough outer layers? Okay, well I did that, cool, we're done. Alright, how do you actually chop cabbage? Is there a proper technique to make sure that cabbage is cut in a even way? I have no idea. Also, I'm going to stand for this. We'll just kind of YOLO this. I didn't bring my full-on kitchen knife because, A, I tried to limit the weight of the stuff that I brought out here because I was trying to make it not too difficult to bring everything out into the woods here. And then B, I didn't really want to be walking around a public park with like a giant kitchen knife because that'd have been kind of weird. So I just brought my little tiny ghetto knife, which definitely is not quite as convenient as the big one, but I think it'll get the job done well enough. Sure, why not? Alright, I think this big old like chunky middle part, I think we just have to cut out, right? I don't think you use that part. Hoi. Hoi. There we go. So what we're going to do is chop up this cabbage, chop up a bit of an onion, and then going to toss like some vinegar and some other stuff into here, and then we'll basically throw it into a mason jar, mix her up for a little while, and let it marinate for basically the remainder of the cooking stream until we're ready to go to eat the tacos. Go. Imagine not slicing the cabbage with a mouth blade, loser. Well, unfortunately, I had to leave my mouth blade at home. Not sure if they allow gressels into public parks. Sag. Also, so there's some other people over there that are fishing. They've got like a speaker that's playing like super generic country music, which I suppose we are down by the river and they're doing some fishing. So that's about as stereotypical of a time to do it as it gets, I guess. All right, so how do you chop cabbage? Like, do you just sort of like, I don't know. I'm just gonna kind of, this seems like it's working. This is fine. Okay, sure, why not? Should I go the other direction? Is this okay? This seems fine. All right, we'll just do that. Anyways, yeah, some serious K-Kona vibes right now out here in the woods, but that's okay. I guess it kind of fits the vibe, right? Can you guys hear that? Gonna be extra crunchy cabbage? That's fine though. We want actually, I mean, that's kind of the point of adding cabbage to this dish. It'll add some crunch to our fish taco. Gotta add some texture, you know? Wow. Yeah, so you guys, I'm assuming you can't hear that, right? That's kind of a funny backdrop. Sure, whatever, we'll take it. Hell yeah, brothers, out here doing some outdoor cooking, out here in the woods. Yes, sir, down by the river. I brought in all this stuff from my truck, obviously. I got my flatbed out back, got the tailgate down. Hell yeah, brothers and sisters. Did some fishing earlier. Caught Joel. Now we're going to cook up Joel and these fish tacos. Hell yeah, brothers. Not going to cook Joel, not to worry. Not actually cooking Joel. Although it is a little suspicious that we're cooking fish tacos today and Joel is mysteriously absent, huh? I promise I'm not cooking Joel, okay? Promise. Oh, this knife is not ideal. I sharpened it before I got here, but it's safe to say it's not as good as my regular ass kitchen knife, huh? And you guys always give me shit for my kitchen knife, but my kitchen knife is badass. My kitchen knife is great. I might not know how to use it properly, but as far as its sharpness is concerned, it's actually Probably the best knife I've ever used. Thanks to your guys' peer pressure, I suppose, mostly. I had a swim. I waited, not even waited. I walked through the river earlier to get to this spot. Let me give you a 360 if I guess the location I'm at, to give you guys a better idea of what exactly it looks like here. Because you got this nice little river background, I suppose, but you can see the part where I came from. So, you can see, like, yeah, nice river background. Okay, cool. Might reduce the angle, might lower the camera a little bit and put you guys like down here and do something like this. I think that's a little better, right? That's good. Anyways, to give you the 360 tour, so that's the little path. Like, this is where the path overhead is, over right here where we came in. Like, my car's like over that way. And then that's the little path you come down to get next to the river, or, well, creek. So I just walked across this little creek right here. And we're on a bit, like I said, of an island. So, I mean, not exactly like a big, isolated, difficult to get to island, but an island nonetheless. So, we're technically on Yojamba right now. Yeah. And there's a other little area that the people are fishing over there, and that's a other little sandy area that is another little fork of the creek. So, there you go. Ain't that pleasant, huh? Also, why can I not see chat on my phone? Chat, hello? I don't know, whatever. It doesn't actually matter as long as I can see it on my laptop, I guess. Alright, anyways, there we go. So there's the tour. Nice, right? It's also a beautiful day outside. It's not too hot. I'm in the shade, that helps too. It would probably be too hot if I was in the directly in the sun, but I chose a spot specifically in the shade because I didn't want to roast my balls off. We're only going to roast the food today, I'm afraid. What a setup. This is the best one yet. Yeah, I've always wanted to do like a cooking stream out in the woods, but number one, I could never think of a good place to do it, and number two, I could never think of a good reason to do it. But it's finally nice out, right? And the funny thing is I've known about this park for a long time because I did the cardboard box camping stream here last year. Wow, this is going to be a lot. I probably should have brought a bigger container. Oh well. I guess I've got a mason jar and like a little Tupperware thing I can use. This already seems like enough, and I might just forego using this last little chunk here, because I think I have more than what I need anyways. But anyways, so yeah, I knew about this park, and I even knew technically about this little trail portion, because I'd been here before. In fact, I even started the camping stream here last year by walking along this trail, but I never really realized that this little creek portion was here. So recently I was location scouting, and in this park I walked around for a little while just to see if there's any fun places I could find, and I found this spot. I was like, oh shit, this would be perfect for an outdoor cooking stream. This is comfy. All right, that's already like a full thing of cabbage right there, so I'm going to call this good enough. The remainder of this cabbage, I don't know, I guess we're not going to use, but I'll boil some cabbage some other time and have that for dinner. I don't know, sure. The Indiana Riviera. Dude, look, it's Indiana, right? So you got to do what you got to do. There's only so many cool places you can go to, but this is about as nice as it gets right here. This is pleasant. This is comfy. Yeah. And the fact that, like, I've streamed in this park before, so I know that the internet in this park is pristine. It's amazing. And it's not hard to tell because you can see there's some cell towers like right over there, like over a hill. So you can see you're like right within range of the cell tower. But it's cool because, like, right, we feel like we're in the middle of nowhere. At least it looks like it. Yet in reality, we're not. So it's not difficult to get my stuff here. And also the cell reception is bueno. So speaking of bueno, what do you think? It's going to be Cinco de Mayo and we're not going to enjoy some adult beverages? Obviously. Now, I feel a little weird because, like, there were kids here earlier, so I didn't want to, like, be super weird about this. So I think we're just going to pour this out into the cup that we have here. I know that's maybe a little bit more lame than just drinking from the can, but I feel like, I don't know. There's kids, there might be kids running around again later, who knows, and if there are, it'd be sort of weird to just be chugging a beer down by the river. I don't know, these dudes over here that are fishing probably are, but I'm trying to be a good boy. What can I say? Okay, so, and plus we're also going to use some of the beer later for the tacos, for the batter, so that's going to come in clutch. But anyways, cheers, chat. How do you say Happy Cinco de Mayo? Would it be, I know you say Feliz Navidad, right? Could you say Feliz Cinco de Mayo? Is that a thing? I don't know. Cheers. Yeah, no OJ today, I'm afraid. Okay, cool. So we got the cabbage chopped. Now we got to do the onion, which we only need 1/4 of an onion for this recipe, I guess. So I have an onion that we're going to need to use this onion for other stuff later as well. So because of that, we're not going to chop up all of this onion, but we will save the other part for later. That is the plan. Okay, yeah. Man, chopping an onion with this awful knife is not going to be fun, but oh well, we'll make it work. Okay, put a paper bag around the can to make it extra weird. Yeah, I feel like that's more incriminating than just having the can out in the open. I don't know. At least in this, it could be anything, right? It's that's fine. All right, so a quarter of an onion, huh? So I guess let's just do the regular, like, chopping in half technique we do for just the regular onion cutting, and then I guess I'll just cut this and that in half and call that good enough. Come on. Historically trying to cut things on this table is a little sketch. Okay. Careful, SpongeBob. Careful, SpongeBob. Okay. Nice. And then I feel like I definitely didn't cut that exactly in half. Just call this a quarter, I guess, right here. That'll work. Alright, I do have a little cooler down here in case you can't tell that we're using to keep things cool out here. I had to pack this little cooler to the absolute brim, so it's definitely struggling and probably not keeping everything optimally cool, but this onion is like relatively cool still, so that's good news. Why did I even refrigerate an onion? You don't have to refrigerate onions. What am I doing? Alright, okay. Jabber up. Yeah, you can hear a family just showed up there, so hence the reason why I'm just like, maybe don't drink it straight from the can, you know? I don't know. Not that there's technically anything wrong with just like drinking a beer in front of kids, but I don't know. I'm trying to not draw suspicion to myself, right? I mean, it's not like I'm breaking any laws or breaking any rules by being here and cooking. Like, I don't know, I'm just using a public park for public park things, right? But I will admit that it probably looks a little unusual to people, so I'm trying to not give people a reason to be weird about it, you know? All right. Where's the fishing rod? Well, I mean, obviously, I did fishing earlier to catch the fish that we're cooking today for the tacos, obviously. Let's see. How should I chop this up? I'm not used to chopping an onion when it's already kind of like this. I mean, I guess normally you would just do it okay, cut it like this way. Oh, careful, SpongeBob. Doing it with this knife is a little sketch. But as long as we're careful, it's going to be fine. And we're not cooking these onions in any way, so because of that, we want to make sure these are a decent size for what is essentially kind of it's not going to be pico de gallo, but it's going to be raw cabbage and vegetables that have been pickling, marinated, whatever you want to call it, for a bit. So you want to have it be appropriately edible sized, I guess, but that's working fine. Okay. That'll do, pig, that'll do. Nice. Yeah, no, the jar I brought to marinate this stuff is not nearly big enough, so I did bring some extra Tupperware tubs. I guess maybe I can just use those for the marinade process as well. +5 knife skill, yeah. This knife is not exactly what you'd want to use as your main weapon. This is more appropriate for an offhand weapon. You'd want to use your regular kitchen knife as your main hand. There. Dude, I swear every time I feel a little prick on my skin, I just assume oh, it must be a mosquito. It's bugs. How do people operate outside, unironically, just as a full-time thing? Why do people choose to willingly go out here? I don't know. All right, so that is the onions. Cool. And now we cut up a 1/4 of a jalapeno. Okay. I have a whole jalapeno, because weirdly I couldn't just buy a 1/4 of a jalapeno at the grocery store, so I guess we'll just use a 1/4 of this. Where's that? There you are. Although, generally speaking, I don't know. Whenever a recipe calls for a jalapeno, I always feel I never tasted enough, so I'm kind of tempted to use more closer to half this jalapeno. Is that acceptable? Can I do that? I can do that. I'll be fine. I ain't no wuss. And obviously you keep the seeds in, because, once again, I ain't no little bitch. These tacos that we're making today aren't really supposed to be spicy at all, but I don't mind adding a little extra spice, because normally, at least for me, whenever a recipe calls for like a little spice, it's not nearly spicy enough. In fact, you can't really ever taste the spice at all. So, like, for example, whenever I add jalapeno to stuff, I feel like it never really gets to me at all. I know those are probably my famous last words by saying that, but I'll be fine, dude. I'll be fine. Whoa, come on. Man, I would feel weird if I had my whole giant knife out right now, but it would make this a hell of a lot easier. I'm not gonna lie. Okay. That's okay. That's looking pretty good. That's looking pretty good. Yeah. Giant wasp just, well, I don't know if it's a wasp, but giant bug just flew on me, so that's horrifying. Okay, okay. I guess I didn't really consider the ramifications of being outside and cooking, and that, like, this can probably attract bugs, but... Dude, get off me. Crawling on my foot, Monka. Alright, anyways. A little jalapeno action right there. Nice, nice. Okay. Nice location. It is pleasant, isn't it? Very comfy out here. Very comfy. More bugs than I'd prefer, I'll admit, but other than that, very comfy. And who says Indiana can't be scenic, right? Now, at some point, I probably will have to go to the bathroom, and there is a porta potty like a minute walk that way, so I'll probably have to take a bit of a field trip at some point during the stream and just pray that nobody steals my shit, but we'll worry about that later. For now, we're fine. Okay, anyways, cool. So, did the cabbage, onion, jalapeno, add them to the mixing bowl along with the remaining ingredients. Half a cup of vinegar. Okay, we got that. Got some vinegar in here. Was it necessary to bring this giant thing of vinegar? Probably not, but all right, there we go. How much vinegar does it say? Half a cup? That's a lot, but okay, sure. There's a fourth cup right here. Damn, a half cup of vinegar. That seems like a lot. But, hashtag trust the process, I guess. I'm in AQ? Yeah, that's more like I'm in ZG, right? Okay. Yep, smells like vinegar, all right. And then 3/4 cup of water. Okay. Water. That's 1/4. 2/4. And 3/4. Okay. It said half a teaspoon of Mexican oregano, but that was optional apparently, so I said, I don't know Mexican oregano, so I guess we're not doing that. And then the little salts, of course, everyone's favorite. Streamer, you can just use the little lid thing. No, I'm using my fingers because I'm bougie like that. It says 1 teaspoon, so, okay. Go with what feels like a teaspoon.
It gets slippery. Sorry. It gets slippery. The word for slippery. Yeah, that's the word.
There we go. And then some freshly cracked black pepper. Yeah, no, I don't have any freshly cracked black pepper, but I do just have like the generic stuff in the little plastic tin. That's fine. Taste it? I gotta mix it up first, then we'll taste it, don't worry. Alright. All little pepper. Cool. And I think we just mix this up and then we put this in a mason jar and let it do its thing for the next couple of hours while we cook the rest of the stuff. Cool. Alright. Now, ideally, like, honestly, I probably should have just used this bowl as the thing that I marinate the stuff in for a bit, but at this point it's a little not going to work because I need to use this bowl for mixing other stuff a little later, so we'll see how we make this work. I don't know. I can already tell you, like I said, the mason jar that I have is not going to be nearly large enough. It's only going to hold like half of this, if anything. I guess I can use the mason jar and like a Tupperware little container. That's probably fine. CG Island with some AQ bug mobs. Okay, now I get it. Okay, fair. Did he drop any sick purples? That'd be fun. All right, well, I mean, I guess I'll taste this, but I'm pretty sure it's just going to taste like cabbage and vinegar. Yep. That's about what it tastes like. It's fun. All right, so, I I mean, shit, it's not bad though. Not bad. Mason jar. Okay. Now, I guess we're just gonna put this in by hand. Whatever. And then we'll fill this up all we can, pour some of the liquid in there, and then put the rest in a little Tupperware thing. Get in there, come on. Nice and tight. I really should have just made a half recipe, I guess. Yeah, this mason jar ain't gonna hold jack shit as far as how much cabbage we have here, but that's okay. It'll certainly be enough for like the amount we'll need in the taco later, more than enough, in fact. So this will actually get the job done. The rest will probably not marinate as well, but that's okay. We can always just marinate. I can marinate the rest later and just use this for other stuff later. All right, pour in the liquid. Like so. Seal her up, and we let this marinate for basically the rest of the cooking stream. Cool. Nice. All right. Yeah, cabbage soaks it up, you're saying? Yeah, it's not like completely covering this or anything, but I would hope that if we just shake it every now and then, it should be good enough. Okay, cool. And then, where's that Tupperware that I had? In here somewhere. Oh, found it. All right, let's see if this is enough to hold the rest. I think that'll work, right? Yes, sir. Nice. All right, yeah, that can kind of marinate in there as well. I feel like marinating in a plastic bowl ideally is not the best idea in the world, but we make do with what we have. Okay. All right. I guess ideally I should have this marinating inside the cooler, right? But I'm not sure if I have space in my cooler. Let's say. No, not really. I can probably fit the mason jar in there. The Tupperware's not going to fit in there, but oh well, that's okay. It's not going to go bad in a couple of hours, right? It's soaked in vinegar. Vinegar is like a preservative or something, right? Sure. Okay. All right. So now that we got that part going, let's work on the other stuff. Cool. Now, we're not just making the fish tacos today. We're also making some Mexican rice. And the reason for that is when I go to the restaurant I talked about earlier, Baja Fish Tacos, I go there. When you order like the little taco platter, it's usually like a 2 taco combo, right? So they'll give you like 2 tacos. So I always get the ensenada style, like I said, since we're making them today. And then you get like a side of rice and beans, right? So the beans are just regular refried beans. That's nothing special. But the rice, they have 2 versions of it. They've got like a white rice that's super good on its own. It's like just got like a bunch of I think they probably make it in lime juice or something. It's really good. But they also have a Mexican rice in which that's the brown rice which is kind of like tomatoey and chickeny and got some peas and carrots or whatever. So we're going to make the Mexican rice because that's more exciting and looks cooler today. And have that go with our tacos. Okay, so let's get started on that. Now, you may be wondering, how am I going to cook rice out here? Well, I did, in fact, bring our little propane stove setup. So, yes, we're going to be using our propane stove out here. If I start a forest fire, it's fine. It's public property. No one cares. Okay, so I'm going to post the rice recipe that we're going to use today. It's nothing fancy. It's nothing particularly complicated or difficult because this is not really an environment in which I'm going to make anything particularly fancy or difficult. But there it is. Yeah, exactly. Plenty of water to douse the flames, right? It'll be fine. All right, so we're supposed to, we're going to have to prep the rice here in a bit, but I think before we do that, I guess let's prep the veggies that we're going to put in there. There's not many. Give me like a carrot and... Oh, and a tomato, right. Okay, yeah. All right, so let's get the carrot out first. We're going to make a half recipe, by the way. We're not going to make a full one because the full one makes a lot of rice for the tiny pot that I brought today. So we're going to call the half recipe more than enough. So because of that, we're only supposed to actually use, it says 1 carrot in this recipe, so I've got like a really small carrot, so I'm going to call this basically half, close enough. So let's chop this bad boy up. Oh, careful, SpongeBob. Cutting this carrot in half with this knife is going to be challenging. We'll try our best. Okay, sure. Sure, okay. Just cutting a carrot the best I can with what I've got to work with, I suppose. Okay, like that. Whatever, doesn't have to be rocket science. Like that, I guess, and sure, okay. We want these to be kind of rice-sized chunks in the in there, so we don't want these to be particularly large. That is kind of the only downside of this location. And like honestly, if I'd have been smart, I probably would have done the stream on a weekday where like there's no one here. But yeah, we're in a, like I said, a very much public park, so because of that, you've got other people, including families here, and how dare children be here and make noise that children make. So yes, that does admittedly maybe ruin a bit of the pristine riverside audio experience, but oh well. It's still comfy nonetheless, and not like kids are actually bothering me, they're just there, and it's weird, but it's fine. I'm just some alone dude cooking right here by the river, don't mind me, in a park. Alright, it's fine. I did intentionally choose a place, though, to stream where, like, I knew there wouldn't be people in the background, because, like, it's just water in the background, right? So, like, the beachy area is, like, behind you right now. So, how dare children exist? I know, right? Why can't people just be born as adults? Why can't people just be born as fully functioning human beings who know how to be polite when someone's trying to stream nearby? Very annoying. Okay. Okay. I wouldn't call these the most pristine carrot chunks ever, but whatever. Still gonna taste like carrot either way, I think. Alright, and the rest is for me. Okay. I'm the most Giga Chad person at that park, bro. Embrace it. I am probably the first person in history to ever make Baja fish tacos out here. That's almost assured. So that's fun. Okay. So we got the carrots done. Peas, we're putting peas in here, but I don't need to prep peas. They're just peas. Okay, so we do need to use another quarter onion and dice that as well. Although we're only making a half recipe, right? So it doesn't actually have to be all that much onion at all. But I think that little chunk of onion I still had left earlier, I think will be just about perfect, actually. World first? Hell yeah, dude. Don't think anyone's ever done a cooking stream where I'm specifically sitting right now. Or probably cooked really much of anything, so. I'm a trailblazer. Yeah. Something like that. Come on. Alright. I really should have just prepped all that onion at the same time instead of having to do this twice separately, but I'm not a smart man, so I didn't do that. Okay. Let's chop her up. Careful, SpongeBob. Careful, SpongeBob. Slicing open my fingers out here would not be ideal. Yeah, there we go. Professional onion chopper, baby. Like motherfucking Gordon Ramsay out here. That one cool thing though is like there are YouTube channels that are just completely dedicated to doing cooking like out in the woods like this. Usually it's dudes that are probably on their own property instead of just a public park, but still, there's like people who do like cooking stream in the woods, and they'll go like the extra mile and like start the campfire and have it be like an all day project. But this is about the best we can do. I don't have any property that I can do any cooking on outdoors, so we call public property good enough. All right. Get the onions, carrots in there. Let me dump those peas that I have. So we gotta start by, we're gonna like toast the rice first before we actually cook the rice. Oh shit, now I gotta prep the tomato as well, don't I? Okay, let's do that. It's really tempting to throw some of the vinegar in there to like mix with those carrots and onions, because carrots, onion plus vinegar is such an amazing combo, but I'll resist the urge. This is comfy, feels like you're outside. It kind of feels like I'm outside too right now for some reason. I don't know why. All right. Oh, actually, these veggies right here. Well, this is fine. Okay. All right, so now we need a tomato. Or, well, specifically, this recipe calls for either tomato sauce or you can use a tomato. I figure we're outdoors, right? We gotta keep it natural, so we're just using a tomato, and we'll start by dicing up this tomato a bit. Need a Salv and Luke outdoor boys collab. Yeah, I can't make any guarantees about that, since I don't think there's a whole lot of outdoor cooking streamers based in Indiana that I know of, but hey, who knows? Yeah, incoming people, by the way. They've surely consented to being filmed and streamed, right? Surely. Oh, come on. All right. All right, now, we're going to have to blend this tomato here in a bit, so we don't actually really need to make this super, super well chopped up. Just kind of get it into chunks, if you will. Ah! Okay. Just chop them like this. This will get the job done. Okay. Hey, what's up, Drast? Welcome, dude. You're seeing the beauty of the outdoors, I guess. I don't know. Apparently some normies do this all the time. Maybe not cook out here, but, come outside, evidently. Surely no one will be on the river, right? Well, whatever, man. They're part of the natural habitat, I guess, of Indiana. Okay, so, we need to... It says, rinse the rice in a fine mesh strainer until the water runs clear. Yeah, it says to clean the rice. I ain't gonna clean the rice, whatever. I never clean my rice. It turns out fine. It's kind of whatever. In a large saucepan, all right, so eventually we're going to toast the rice, but once we toast it, then we're going to have to... Okay, so we're going to cook, instead of like using water, we're going to cook partially the rice in like basically tomato sauce as somewhat of the substitute. So we need to turn this into tomato sauce, and no matter how much I try to chop it up, it ain't going to turn into sauce, right? So we're going to have to use a blender. Now, you may be wondering, how the hell are you going to use a blender out here? I don't see a whole lot of electrical outlets. I thought ahead. I thought in advance. So I'm sure you remember when I house sat for my friends on their property and did a couple of cooking streams there. I was walking around their basement one day because I was looking for extra dog food to feed their dog. And one of the things, among many, that I stumbled upon in their basement, because I had a ton of just random junk down there, was one of those little like portable power banks that you can like not for like charging your phone, but like one of the ones like a handheld, like a big old block that you can basically use, like you can charge up in advance. I think you can get them solar powered as well, but this one I think you just charge through the wall. And you can just carry it around, and it's got a little plug-in thing, so you plug it in, and you can power stuff wherever you want to. So, a few days ago when I was like kind of formalizing the idea of doing this stream, I was like, I texted my friends and been like, hey, so I remember seeing this in your basement. Is there any way I could borrow that for a weekend or so? And they're like, sure, yeah. So, this stream sponsored by Jackery. Boom. Got our little power outlet now for our blender. Very cool. All right. Now, I haven't actually tested this at all to see if it works yet, but I don't know. I guess we're going to see. Either that or we're going to have some very sad tomato sauce. But yeah, there we go. And then let's get the blender out. This blender already doing some work in the past few cooking streams, huh? Already justifying its existence. It only took me like a year and a half to buy a new blender after my old one broke. Very cool. Now, how do you turn this thing on? I think you just like press the button, they said, and then it's Gucci. Okay. Okay, all right, it's on. It says 99% battery right now. That's a good sign. So what happens if I... Oh shit. Okay, sick. Wow, it actually works. Imagine that. Nothing like blending stuff in the beauty of nature. All right, well, let's just gonna toss the tomato in there, I guess. Ooh. 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 Okay. And blend her up. Pulse this a bit, I guess. Thankfully, it's tomato, not exactly difficult to blend. Oh, come on. Come on, Mr. Power Thing. Don't die on me. All right, why did that stop? Come on. Come on. This feels like maybe it's too much power for this thing. I don't know. I can get like 2 seconds out of this until, like, I don't know, it stops. Come on, baby. Did I just turn it off and on again, or press a... Oh! What if I press a 12-volt button? Is that gonna work? Is that gonna help? We'll get this to work, chat. We'll get this to work. I mean, it's already kind of blended already. That's the good news. Come on, baby. Maybe just doing like very quick pulses and not allow it to shut itself off or whatever. Oh, did it again. Okay. Well, you know, it's a little scuffed, but it is sort of working already. Tomatoes are like half blended now. That's good. Doesn't take that much power to power a blender, does it? Feels like it's probably pretty minimal. I don't know. Literally just have to turn it off and turn it back on again to like make it work. It's so weird. I didn't read any sort of instruction manual. I kind of just figured like, I don't know, plug it in and it just works. Right? Maybe. I don't know. Buddy? Okay, turn it off, turn it on again. Okay. Sure, I mean, this works, sorta. Alright, mix it up a little more. Electricity, water, and Dali. And what could possibly go wrong? We're gonna have to blend something else a little bit later as well, so I'm hoping the blender is gonna be able to get the job done for that too. I think we're blending a little bit later might be a little bit more, require a bit more blending, sustained blending than just tomatoes, so a little concerning, I'm not gonna lie, but we'll see what happens. Oh, come on, baby. Why is this so scuffed? Why is it so bad? Come on. Come on, baby. Alright. It's alright, we'll just do this in 2-second intervals. It's fine. Not enough juice. Yeah, it's super weird, man, because, like, I'm fairly certain these are supposed to be able to power, like, pretty substantial machines of whatever. I don't know exactly what these are. I don't know. It's a blender, right? It's, like, not that power intensive, it feels like, but things can never go exactly to plan, can they? Maybe, I wonder... Oh, wait a minute. Did I just do the thing that I need to do? Let's see here. No. Okay. Well, cool. It says it's got an output up to 42 watts. Is that a lot? Is that a little? I'm not sure. Anyways, this tomato sauce is almost done, so let's just do this a little bit longer, I guess. Another 5-hour streak because of trying to blend food outside. I mean, in fairness, it's not like I've really struggled with blending food outside in the past. It's worked fine, even with some... Well, okay, that's actually not true, I guess. If anything, it was more of a problem last time we were indoors, not outdoors. Worked fine for the huevos rancheros. Anyways, we've already got this to a pretty, like, tomato saucy consistency, so it's already, like, what you could call almost good enough, kinda. Maybe kind of chunky rice, but it'll still taste fine, right? Yeah. If I just keep this button down, does it do anything? It's almost like this turns itself off, which maybe is not a coincidence. 42 watts? Oh, that kind of went for a little bit. That's nothing. Oh, now it says it got up to 76 watts. Ah, big. Okay. It's like it's got more power now. It feels like it kind of, I don't know, wound up a little bit more there. Oh, shit. There we go. Well, we're at least getting a bit more power now, like for these 2-second intervals. It's like it's getting better and better, it feels like. Alright, well anyways, like one or two more of these pulses should do the trick. At this point we're pretty well emulsified. There we go. There we go. I don't know what is going on here, but I'm clearly doing something wrong, I think, but... Oh shit, there we go. Okay. Oh, now it's even not turning off. Alright, I don't know why now all of a sudden it worked, but okay, cool. That's all we needed. Alright. See, with enough patience, anything pays off, chat. Tomato slop. Alright, cool. So that's ready to go for the rice. Yeah, the ground I'm on, by the way, not super stable. It's a bunch of like gravel on mud, essentially, so it's not exactly what I'd call a stable footing, but it's enough. Okay, cool. So tomato sauce, ready to go. Very cool. Thank you, blender. We'll need your services a bit more later. Oh, come on. All right, next up, I think we start prepping the rice. I think it's time to drink it. I'm pretty sure it tastes like tomatoes. We did this last time we blended tomatoes for the tikka masala, right? Yeah. Just joined. What are we cooking? We're making some Baja fish tacos and some Mexican rice for the Cinco de Mayo stream. It's not racist if I do that, right? Okay. I think it's time to bust out the propane stove. I think it's officially that time of the stream where we burn the forest down. Okay. Let's pull that bad boy out. What could possibly go wrong? Now, thankfully, it's not windy at all today, so it feels like that's normally the number one enemy of this propane stove. So, ideally today, we don't have to deal with any sort of sketchy wind bullshit, right? Surely. Okay. Get that in there. Crap. Screw that bad boy in. Hell yeah, brothers. This propane stove has been the MVP of outdoor cooking streams, man. This one's been through a lot at this point. This one's been to Seattle. It's been to Talladega. It's cooked in a van. It's done a lot at this point. It's cooked on my apartment balcony. Also good times. Okay. And then let's get out the pot that we're going to use for this. Okay. Like so. Whoa! Yeah, that's not ideal, but I guess once we put stuff inside it, it's going to be less sketch. Is this like leaning one way? Is that the way? Oh. I guess this pot's just not very stable, just in general, is it? What could possibly go wrong? It'll be fine. Hey, what's up, Dragoon Numbers coming in hot with a Subaroni. Thank you, sir. That sub will go directly to the Hot Pockets, Doritos, and Burning the Forest Down Fund. Appreciate it, dude. Okay, well, once we put stuff inside here, it should, in theory, be a bit more stable, so just, careful, SpongeBob. Alright. Okay, so the instructions say, rinse the rice in a fine mesh strainer. I'm not going to rinse my rice, whatever. In a large saucepan over medium-high heat, add the oil. Once hot, add the rice and stir to combine. Cook over medium heat, stirring frequently until the rice is lightly golden brown all over about 10 minutes. Okay. I can do that. Let's bust out the rice. I pre-measured the rice that we're using today, so I don't have to worry about the specific quantity. There we go. The rice. And then some oil in there. And by the way, since we are doing beer-battered fish tacos later, yes, we will be deep frying out here. Yes, I am terrified, but at least for now, we'll stick with a little bit less sketch of a oil amounts for this specific rice. Okay, okay. So we're supposed to, it's a half recipe, right? So it's only going to be like a quarter cup of oil, not that much in here. I can do that. So like half of that in there, okay. Now, I've never toasted rice before. I mean, I know that's a thing, but I always just toss the uncooked rice into water and just send it and wait 15 minutes and then boom, it's good to go. So I guess this is kind of a first-time experience in that we're cooking the uncooked rice in advance without water first, and then apparently that, I don't know, according to the recipe, oh, it adds so much flavor. Oh, mandatory step. Yeah, gotta do it. So, all right, I guess if that's how the Mexican rice is done, well, that's the way we'll do it. Personally, it just feels like it's going to toast the outside of the rice and do nothing to the majority of the rice, but hashtag trust the process, I guess. Sure. All right, now this, the balance of this, like I said, was kind of sketch, so we're going to have to basically just hold on to this until we add the rice, I think. Also, let me get my spatula out. There we go. Okay. What could possibly go wrong? All right, we should probably light the thing, huh? I brought my lighter. I figured it's not windy outside today, so I can actually use a lighter out here and make it a lot easier to light this stupid stove. All right. There we go. That was easier than a match. Imagine that. Okay. The only other thing I'm a little concerned about is, like, it's traditionally pretty hard to make this stove be, like, really, like, we're going to have to, like, simmer the rice, right? We're going to want to get the rice to the point where it's just a nice simmer and not blasting. So I'm a little concerned about, like, how low I can get the heat on this, because traditionally this thing gets really, really fucking hot. So we'll see. We'll see. All right. And like I said, I gotta kind of hold on to this because I'm worried that's gonna tip over if I just, because like it's very easy to just like, ah, sort of thing here. Stay. Definitely good practice and worth it, especially when making a risotto, is it? Sure, I'll take your word for it. All right, so it says to heat up the oil, and once the oil's heated, then we add the rice. Okay. By the way, I'm aware this is not exactly a large pot, so I'm a tiny bit concerned that the pot won't be large enough for all this rice, but I think it'll be okay. I've definitely cooked half a cup of rice in here before, and it's been fine, so this is going to be like 3/4 of a cup of rice. That's probably fine, right? It's probably fine. Please don't sit down and cook up there. What? I'm going to remain standing for this part. I can promise you that. Although, you know what I'll do here? Let me raise the camera a bit so that way you can see all of me. There we go. Tell me if I'm completely in frame. I should be. Ooh. It's the not seeing me part? You can see me now, right? Hi. What's up? Alright, so is this oil hot yet? I mean, I can feel it sort of hot. Okay. Is this, what? Ashenvale? Nah, dude, it's Yojamba. We're on Yojamba Island right now, waiting for that ZG buff to go out. Making some delicious food while it happens. It's burning my face. Oh, God, Jesus, it's so hot. We're good, we're good. And, of course, on cue, the wind starts to pick up a little bit. Typical. Is this hot enough yet? Booty. Jeremiah, knock it off? What? I'm just cooking like the Pilgrims used to cook, right? Back in the day, this is what they did, I think. They made Baja fish tacos outside on Cinco de Mayo. That's a very Pilgrim thing to do. I think so. Cheers, boys. That tastes like, I'd say freedom, but I guess it's Mexican beer, so. Tastes like those brothers beer down south. Doesn't taste like freedom, that's for sure. Ugh. Throw some water in to test. I mean, whatever. We're not trying to get, like, deep fried temperature, but... Wait, no, that's a terrible idea. Fuck off. Oh, someone's in the background, yeah. Sorry, you get the ambiance. All right, this is probably fine. We're going to go ahead and just add the rice now, I think. All right, stay. Once we add the rice, I'll be less worried about this tipping over. Whoa. All right. So this is, like I said, 3/4 of a cup of rice. Okay. I feel like I should give you guys a better, like, top-down view of this. Let me move the camera again a bit so that we can actually see inside of this. Ooh, up you go, chat. Little uppies. All right. Ooh. Can you actually see that at all? Let's move a little closer, I guess. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. Trying to work in. Weirdly enough, nature doesn't really have a lot of, like, perfectly even surfaces to place your tripod on. It's very annoying. Alright, that'll do. Oh. Okay, is this doing anything? I don't know. It feels like the answer's no. It feels like nothing's happening, so I'm going to turn up the heat like a dumbass. Now, the recipe says this should probably do its thing for like 10 minutes, and we'll get like a nice golden brown color on the rice. At the moment, it's still very much white, so I think it's got a ways to go. It's all right. It's all right. What kind of rice? Just typical long-grain white rice. Literally just the generic shit that you'd just have with anything. Nothing fancy. I mean, that's really what the recipe called for. It's not like I substituted it for some special Mexican rice instead. It's basically the most equipped college kitchen. Yeah, I mean, like, I over time, I've at least acquired plenty of cooking stuff that works well, not only just indoors, but also outdoors, since we've done a lot of these outdoor cooking streams at this point, right? So, like, honestly, at this point, like, I felt very comfortable doing something like this, because it's like, oh yeah, I got everything I need for this. We're fine. I've already done stuff like this in the past. Like, I'm literally equipped. I own this stuff to, like, cook literally anywhere that I want to. I mean, obviously, if I need power for something like a blender, yes, it requires a little, I guess, extra help from my friends still. But otherwise, like, as far as a heat source, I can just use this anywhere, right? And as far as cooking utensils and just, like, a table and a chair, like, it's great. It's nice to have this setup, honestly. Like, I've never had an excuse to do this with my friends, but if my friends just want to do, like, all right, let's do some cooking in the woods, I'd be like, I got you guys covered. Let's do it. All right. Now we're looking here. All right, now I'm hearing some actual sizzle in here. That's good news. That would imply that things are actually happening. Cool. I'm gonna go ahead and say I was probably a little too conservative on the heat here at first, but historically, like I said, this stove gets really, really hot, so better safe than sorry, I guess. See if you can hear the sizzle. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So what are we supposed to do after this step? It's going to be saucepan. We're going to once hot. Stir frequently until the rice is lightly golden brown all over for 10 minutes. And after that, we'll add the tomato sauce. Oh, shit, I got to prep garlic. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, hold on. Well, I was trying to prep everything in advance, and naturally we still forgot something, but that's okay. That's okay. Just 1 clove of garlic, thankfully, we have to prep here, so that's not going to take long. All right, we'll add a serrano pepper into there as well, but that one's later. All right, little quick cheeky garlic prep. Always the bane of streamers' existence is prepping garlic, especially when it's just like one tiny little clove that you gotta peel and, oh Jesus, come on. Oh, the rice is burning, oh God, hurry streamer. Also, because these kids be less obnoxious, please, that'd be much appreciated. The good news is, as it gets later and probably the sun goes down a bit, I don't think anybody will be here, like, once it's, I don't know, 5 p.m. or later, so. What time is it right now, like 4? Okay. Did something just crawl over the keyboard? I don't know, probably a bug. It's not like we're indoors, so yes, there will be animals that are occasionally flying and crawling around here. That is how that works out here, apparently. So I've been told. Basically, they're like IRL trash mobs out in the open world. Very scary. Set this rice a little bit. Okay, I guess we're getting a little color on here. I'm starting to see a little bit of browning, so I guess that's a good sign. Like I said, I've never actually done this process before for rice, so I don't know. I guess I'm not super prepared for what to expect, but I'm seeing some of the rice turn from a white color to a light brown color, so I'm assuming that's what we're going for. Okay, sure. Stay. Okay. I'm not really sure how much I'm supposed to chop this garlic, but we'll just make it very rough chop. I don't know. It's going to get cooked in here in the rice. It's not going to be all that big of a deal, regardless of how exactly I chop this, I'm pretty sure. So, okay, yeah, we're good. Oh, that was a bug that definitely just crawled across my computer. That's a giant ant. Get out of here. I have bugs crawling around my equipment now for the next, 2 weeks. That's fun. It was definitely getting hot in there. God damn. All right, I'm going to turn the heat down now. The whole heat problem I was worried about earlier is definitely now kind of a thing. That's right, though. We're chilling. Okay. So, eventually, once this rice is appropriately toasted, so it's going to take 10 minutes, so we're still getting there, I guess. We're going to add tomato sauce from our blender over here. The garlic that we just diced, cool. Diced onion, okay, cool. Like so. Stir, add tomato bouillon, which we don't have. We have chicken bouillon. We're going to call it good enough. Salts, carrot, peas, water. Oh, let's get the peas out. Delicious frozen peas that came out of the freezer like an hour ago. Add that to the equation. Alright, and then we have everything else prepped. Carrot, peas, and then water, which, okay. Oh, and serrano pepper. This one we just apparently throw on top of the rice eventually, so that way it kind of just infuses flavor when it gets steamed or something. I'm okay with my rice being having a little extra spice to it, so sure, let's do that. This will just go on top eventually. I guess that's a thing. Sure, why not? Chicken bussy. What am I gonna do? A fan meetup and cookout? That would be fun, honestly. But the problem is, realistically, let's not kid ourselves here. I don't have enough viewers to be able to realistically do a meetup somewhere and have more than 3 people show up, which would be super fucking weird. So, just like and subscribe about 1,000 more times, then we'll talk. All right. Great shirt and great cooking spot. Oh, thank you. It's officially warm weather season, right? So I got my warm weather attire out. Wow. All right. What are we looking here? Oh yeah, look at that color now. Oh baby, that's looking good. Yes sir. Yes sir. All right. I think this probably qualifies as lightly toasted now. I mean, I don't know. Does it look right to you, chat? Looks right to me. It's what I definitely would imagine in my head is what I'd call lightly toasted. So, sure. All right, cool. Let's move on to the next part. So, what's cook over medium heat. The rice is lightly golden brown. Add tomato sauce. Okay, well, let's go to that part, I guess. Tomato sauce. Probably don't even need all of it. That's probably fine as is. Because how much tomato sauce did the recipe call for? It called for 1/4 of a cup. Yeah, that's already more than 1/4 of a cup, so good enough. Oh shit, that is hot. We're gonna turn that down. Yeah. Go ahead and take this off the heat for a bit. Feels like that's what we're probably gonna have to do. Whoa, okay. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. Totally sanitary. Yep. Just gonna clean this off in the river real quick. Don't mind me. Hey, got this unlimited supply of water just sitting here. How convenient. Now, technically, I guess for the rice, you could use the river water, right? We're gonna boil it anyways. Not going to, but you probably could and get away with it. Just saying. All right. Anyways, so there's the tomato paste. Cool. Some garlic that we just conveniently chopped up. Imagine that. Okay. And then, shit, diced onion. Okay, basically just the rest of the veggies now, right? Yeah. Okay. Oh, Jesus, this little pot, maybe not the ideal size for this, but like, keep in mind, this is a half recipe, so ideally we're not trying to. I was trying to account for not overflowing this little teeny pot, but probably going to get a little precarious once we add the water here, but that's fine. Okay. Okay, so we'll call this mixed up. Okay, and then I think now we just add the water, right? Stir a tomato. Okay, right. We don't have tomato bouillon, so we just have chicken bouillon. We're gonna call good enough. Rice with pea. Yeah, I did pea in this in advance. All that sound of flowing water in the background. You think that's a river? Oh, the children have left, dude. It's so much more pleasant now outside. Ugh. Imagine being a child and making noise. Who the fuck do they think they are? Come on. Okay, in you go. You guys can hear, like, the flowing water, right? I'm assuming you can. Alright, so salt. So let's just add, I don't know how much salt we're supposed to add. Looks like 1/4 of a teaspoon, aka, I don't know, just a little pinch, I guess, since this is only a half recipe, it's not going to be much. It's probably fine. The bouillon, if anything, is going to add a lot more salt to it as well. Okay, and then, anything else? Tomato, salt, carrot, peas, and water. Okay. So it says, how much water are we supposed to use here? 3 cups. But it's a half recipe, right? So 1.5 cups. Okay. Surely this is going to fit fine. So there's a little measuring thing on my little shaker cup here that's convenient. So 1 cup is how much? 8 ounces, right? So it's sitting at about 16 right now. Let's get down to exactly 16. Hold on. Okay, so we want to get this down to 8 and then like down to the 4. Oh, that's a lot. We'll see what happens here. Oh, Jesus, it's not even a cup. I don't feel ultra comfortable. Okay, you know what I might do is just like call this good enough for now, and then if we need to add more water later, we can always we can add more water later, but for now, that's about as comfortable as I feel filling this pot right here. So let's call that enough for now. Okay. And then it says we gotta let's bring this to a boil first things first, because I don't know, whenever I cook rice, that's what you do, right? You get it to a boil and then you take it down to like a simmer. And then we'll have our little thing here we can cover, and then we can start working on the next thing for the tacos while the rice cooks. What's with the racism? Racism against the French? What? What did I say that I have against the French? I mean, they are French. Like, it feels like you don't really need to make fun of them because, like, they're already French, right? So, like, it's kind of like kicking someone while they're down. They already have the punishment in life was being French. Like, what more do you need to say? Oui, oui, bien sûr. Le fromage. Surely that'll be enough water. I don't know. I hope so. All right. Oh, yeah. And the serranos. Cool. All right. Now, while that's doing its thing, we can start prepping, I guess, the next part, which is going to be the chipotle crema sauce for the tacos. We're doing the fish last, in case that's not obvious, because that part we are going to deep fry, so we want it to be nice and fresh and crispy and I don't know, ready to go once the time comes. What do I do with the rest of this tomato sauce? I realistically don't need the rest of this, so like, do I just dump it down the river? I mean, like, it's just tomatoes, right? I guess that's fine, right? That still feels irresponsible. Because I need to use my blender for something else later, so, Chug it. Try a little bit. Yeah, I mean, it tastes like tomato. Put it in beer? I don't know about that one, dude. Speaking of which, we need to bust out another one here. Yeah, I'm not going to drink this entire little tomato paste. Like, it's not bad. It just tastes like tomato, but... Get out of here. Can I put this in? I'm already using the Tupperware thing, I guess, for the cabbage, so that's not really an option. Oh, speaking of which, I should probably mix up the cabbage in the cooler as well. There it is, doing its thing, doing its thing. It's chilling, it's chilling. Should probably take this out of the sun, if anything. That's probably not a bad idea. Well, it's just tomato. It's fine, dude. All right, let me clean this out. 1 second. Hoi. Yes. Hoi. All right, now that we got all those waterborne illnesses inside of our blender, we're good to go. As long as I let it dry out, it should be fine, right? Probably. Okay. Anyways, can this start boiling already? Hello? Do the thing, please. It's getting there, actually. It's getting there. And I guess what we'll have to do is, like, we're going to have to move this off the side so we can prep other stuff. Either that or we move this stuff off the side. Maybe that's a better idea. I feel like taking the... I obviously want to leave the stove in a spot that isn't precarious and going to tip over, so I should probably just leave it on the table, I guess. All right, all right. But at the same time, like, I'm a little concerned about, like, if I'm trying to chop stuff on the cutting board, the table does kind of move around quite a bit. I think as long as we just put this off to the side here, this should be okay, maybe? Oh, careful, SpongeBob! All right. Okay, stay. All right, cool. And now we should be able to do the rest of the stuff. Cool. And people were walking in that water, got my feet, got feet in my blender now. Oh, Jesus. That's okay. It adds some extra Americana flavor to the equation. What's up, Efron coming in hot with tier 1 sub. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. This is a very American cooking stream indeed, dude. Your sub will go directly to the Hot Pockets, Doritos, and Cooking Stream Fund. Appreciate you, dude. All right, let's bring the camera back out a bit so now we can get the wider view. Gotta appreciate the sights and sounds of nature back here, right? Sure. Look at that. Dude, that's beautiful scenery, man. Absolutely beautiful. All right. Okay, yeah. Before we do literally anything else, it is time to bust out another brewski. That is mandatory. Oh, yeah. Also conveniently adds more space in my cooler. Cooler's doing a good job. This is still nice and cold. Cool. No one tell any authorities. Promise, officer, it's just apple juice. Once again, I don't think there's anything illegal about drinking beer out here, but it does feel weird if you just have it out in the can, so we're trying to be at least a little more subtle. I don't know. All right. Cheers, chat. Yes. Okay. Also, I think we're finally to the point where this is boiling. Okay, cool. So I think what I do now is we turn the heat down a bit. Make sure there's still heat coming off of here. There is. And then we just cover that up, like so. And then we're supposed to let that simmer for 20 minutes. I guess we'll see what happens. All right. Cool. Do your thing. All right, next up, let's work on the chipotle crema sauce. So, like, there's 3 kind of main components to an ensenada-style taco, right? You got the fish, like the beer-battered fish, okay? You got the cabbage stuff that we're letting chill and doing its thing right now, right? And then you've got the kind of like the orange sauce that you drizzle over the fish. And that stuff, I didn't really know exactly what it was until I looked up the recipe, but evidently it's called chipotle crema sauce. Sure, so we're going to make that. And that's also going to require the blender, so here's hoping that blender situation is going to work well enough. Because this time around, we're going to have to do garlic and some stuff that's maybe a little bit harder to blend than just tomatoes. Okay, so we gotta. It just says add ingredients to a blender / food processor. So I guess we're just going literally just straight for the blender. Fuck it. Sure. Then I got all the feet and various bacteria in here from the river. River's generous, I guess. Stream, creek, whatever. Let me at least dry it out with a paper towel. I don't know. Chances are it's not going to kill me if there's like a bit of remnant water left in here, but I've watched enough of the survival show alone to know that drinking unboiled water out of like some random ass creek, especially probably here in Indiana where there's a bunch of pesticides and shit, probably isn't the best idea. Let's clean this out the best we can. I don't want to be shitting my brains out tomorrow, you know? Pour some beer in it, alcohol to clean it? Ah, okay. An interesting suggestion, for sure. I had some rubbing alcohol with me that might unironically work, but I'm not sure beer would have the same effect. Just a hunch. Okay. That's probably fine. Okay. So I think we're going to make, let's see, do we want to make a full recipe of the... We're only making a half recipe of tacos, so I think it kind of makes sense to only make a half recipe of the... There's kind of fucking bug buzzing around me. Go away. I think it makes sense to only make half the recipe of the crema sauce here. Okay. So, we're supposed to add, let's see here, 1 cup of mayonnaise, so we'll just do a half cup instead. Let's get the mayo out. I'm going to put my mayo, it's in here somewhere. There it is. America's favorite food lube. All right, so there is like a cup measurement thing in here, so I guess what I'll do is I'll just fill it up halfway. Oh my. No tapeworm for sure. Yeah, I'll be fine, dude. Okay, that's got to be like half a cup. No, it ain't no way that's like not a half a cup. Maybe a little bit more. Okay, that's good. All right. So how's the rice doing? Let me check on the rice to make sure that's not like going overboard on the simmer. No, looks good. Okay, cool. All right, so the mayo, cool, and then 2 chipotles in adobo, which I have in a can around here somewhere. Oy. Yeah. 2 chipotles in adobo sauce. There you go. How fast we've forgotten about the children. Yeah, it's so nice now it's like they're gone. I can actually hear my own thoughts, think my own, or say my own words. Hear the sounds of nature. It's great. By the way, you can just literally eat this stuff straight out of the can. This shit's delicious, dude. Spicy. Oh. Looks like that. Okay, so let's fish an actual pepper out of there. So it's a half recipe, so I guess we're only adding 1 of these. Like so. Boom. I'm adding a little of the extra just stuff in there because it's tasty as well. Okay. And then a clove of garlic. Okay. We're going to pick a chunky clove of garlic because, like, obviously it's like garlic, right? You can never add too much garlic. Although I feel like I finally disproved that theory when I did the shepherd's pie. I did actually add what I'd consider to be a little bit too much garlic to that recipe when we did that one, but not that it was bad, but it was definitely a little... It was very garlicky, no doubt about that. Okay. I'm hungry. Fuck it. All right. SalvDali IRL stream, yes sir. Well, it's not really IRL. It's like just a very elaborate green screen setup, but it's convincing, right? Hell yeah, dude. And I also found a video that loops perfectly. It's great. Even adjust for the time of day. Super, super nice. Crush it, please. Normally I would with my regular kitchen knife, but I only have my little tiny knife here, so crushing it would probably be a little tricky. Okay. So yeah, like the recipe actually says you can just add the whole ass clove here now, but with the scuffedness of the blending from earlier, I think what I'm going to do is just chop up the garlic a bit, so that way give the blender a bit of an easier time. Don't have to go like super, super finely minced or anything, but I think if we just chop this up in a way where it's going to be already quasi-minced, it's going to make things easier on our seemingly scuffed blender situation. There we go. That should get the job done. By the way, we don't end up cooking this at all. It's just going to be like raw, so that's kind of why you want the garlic to be nice and fine in there, because it's going to be raw garlic inside of here. Tasty, but a little strong if it's not super finely incorporated into this entire deal. Okay. And then next up, we're going to add a pinch of salt. That is something I'm always a fan of doing, obviously. A little something, something. Ah. Okay. Oh, shit. And then a squeeze of lime. Ah. Got a lime in here somewhere. Oh, shit, I should have added the lime to the Corona, actually. I mean, I guess it's not too late. You just chop it up now. Sure, fuck it. I guess if anything, we can just squeeze the lime juice into the thing, and then after that, add the rest of the lime that's already been squeezed into the Corona? Is that a reasonable solution, I guess? Sure. So it just says literally just a squeeze of lime, right? Yeah. Okay. Sure. All right, next up is... It says you might need to add a splash of water to get it to combine. Yeah, I get the feeling with our blender situation we probably will need to. If you want more heat, you can add more chipotles or some of the adobo sauce, but keep in mind that it can substitute some of the mayonnaise. No, we're not. Yeah, I'll just add a little extra adobo sauce. I feel confident enough in my ability to handle heat to add a little bit more of this stuff. It's tasty shit anyways. Maybe not wanting the extra peppers, but certainly the extra sauce, right? Come on. Come on, give me some of that delicious red shit, please. Yes, yes, yes. There we go. Perfect. All right, cool. And then, yeah, I'll add just a tiny bit of water just to make sure this blends properly. What could possibly go wrong? Okay. Let's do this process again. This worked amazingly the first time, right? The dedication to get a battery-powered mixer just for the outdoor cooking stream, motherfucker. We're not using any batteries out here, or at the very least, we're not using any sort of battery-powered stuff. We got the good old Jackery right here. Hell yeah, brother. And it didn't exactly work wonderfully the first time, but let's try it now. It was starting to get better the more we revved it up, so surely now it's going to work fine. Surely. So how's the rice looking? Okay, we should probably add a little bit more water to that, actually. But it's actually looking pretty good, in fairness. Also, I should probably mix the rice, because the bottom, it's like we don't want the bottom to get overcooked, right? I honestly didn't even have to add more water there. I think I'm going to dump some of that water out. Just kidding. There goes some of the flavor. Rip. Alright, I'm going to leave that uncovered because that needs to actually evaporate some water off anyways. Alright, anyways. I shouldn't have added water. That was a bad idea. Like, I added what the recipe called for is like less water than we needed before, but for whatever reason it was already like looking pretty good. Okay, anyways. Come on, blender. Do me proud, baby. Come on. Buddy. Alright, it's gonna work? Bro? Okay. Well, that's blending fine. No. Alright, so yeah, we had the problem of it turning itself off, but it's okay. It's actually blending better than I thought it would, so. I think it's, yeah, I mean, shit, that already looks good. That was a lot easier to blend than I thought it'd be. Hell, the tomatoes were more work than this one. Alright, shit, I mean, that already looks pretty good. Okay. Well, shit, that was easy. Show you what we're working with here. Orange gooey deliciousness right there. Yes, yes. Okay. I mean, like, let me give it a little taste test just to make sure the quality control is on point. Oh, yeah. Whew. Tastes like mayo and adobo sauce. Very tasty. All right, cool. I should have just made the full recipe of this, to be honest. Like, I only wanted to go for half since I didn't want like the giant portion. But honestly, like, oh, okay. Now I'm noticing there's one part of this though that isn't fully incorporatedly mixed. Oh yeah, blend this a bit more. But honestly, I could have made a full recipe just because I could put this shit on anything. It doesn't even have to be on tacos. Fuck it. Yeah, now the battery works fine. It's almost like it had like warm up initially. Weird. Alright. Come on, Mayo. Get in there, bud. So like a decent chunk of mayo just like kind of stuck to the blender wall that I'm trying to get blended in here. I mean, it's already fine, but could be better. Tasty, dude. Alright, good enough, I guess. Fuck it. I should have made more, though, dude. I am kind of regretting that. I mean, I could technically just, like, add more now if I wanted to. Just, like, do a nice little, like, thing of mayo in there and, like, a nice little thing of everything else. You know what? Fuck it, dude. We're gonna make more. Why? Because I can. Because I'm a goddamn American. Because I have the freedom to do so, and I'm going to do so. I'm going to exercise my rights for freedom. Okay. right, what was it? That. And then just another one of the Chipotle things, I guess. Boom. A little bit more of the sauce, I guess, because we added some extra of that. And then more lime, I guess. A little bit extra of that. And then, what else did we put in here? Oh, right, garlic. Oh, fuck, all right. I mean, technically, I used a pretty large clove already. I'm not even sure if I'm going to have to use another clove, but we got time. We're still waiting on the rice to kind of get to its finished state anyways. It's getting there, honestly. It's too moist, though. That's something I'm noticing about the rice. We made it too... I somehow fucked up and added too much water. I don't know how, because like I could have sworn I added too little water there at the start, but this rice is rather moist at the moment, which is not ideal. I might actually turn up the heat a bit so I can get some more of this water out of here. It's already probably going to be a little bit too mushy, but oh well. Anyways, let's add some more garlic. And by the way, like I had enough of the Chipotle crema sauce or whatever already for the tacos that we're making today, but admittedly I kind of wanted more just because I've got a whole other half portion of fish that I'm not making today that I'll maybe make into tacos if this works out well after the fact, so if anything, I don't want to have to go through this process twice if I don't have to. All right, and we still have the most sketchy part to go, by the way. We still got the deep frying the fish part to go, so what could possibly go wrong? Get in there, please. All right, what else did we put in here? The garlic, salt, a little more salt, I guess. And lime, we did that, mayo. Okay, cool, that was it. Turns out this recipe, not very complicated. All right. All right, blender, don't die on me now. Come on, baby, I know you gotta warm up a little bit. Okay. Its outputting says 75 watts. I don't know if that's a lot, but evidently just barely enough to power a blender. Barely. Oh, come on, buddy. You're so close to being done. And then you can rest. What's up, Connections coming in out with the sub? Thank you, sir. Poggers indeed, my dude. It'll go directly to the Hot Pockets, Doritos, and Cooking Stream Fund. Thank you, sir. Oh, come on. Okay, that's probably good enough right there, right? Got that orange creamy shit right there, okay. Shit. Alright. That'll work. I will admit the garlic chunks in there may be more chunky than they should be, but nah, it's fine. It's not going to take away from the experience, that's for sure. Alright, cool. That is officially ready to go for when the tacos are ready. Cool. Thank you, Mr. Jackery. I believe that's all we need from you today. That's the only blending we have left, so cool. Also, it's getting rather hot out here. I'm a little sweaty. Now that the sun kind of came out again, it's a little warm out here. Outdoors very annoying like that. There's no AC out here for some reason. It's kind of irritating. All right, this can kind of just go down here for now. That'll be reached for when we're ready. And so how are we looking on the rice, by the way? I think, like I said, we added too much water, but we're trying to cook this now in a way where we can kind of boil away most of the water and get it to be fine. I think it's like getting there. It's already fine. Like it's definitely more like soggier than rice should be. But it's not bad. It'll be perfectly edible. I'm sure tasty. If not, just a little too soggy. It tastes nice. All right. So I think this is ready, right? The rice is definitely cooked at this point, I think. The rice is cooked, so I think we'll just leave this off the side. And as long as we leave it uncovered, it should dry out a little bit more as well, so should be fine. Okay. Lesson learned, I guess, if we were ever to make this again, but good enough for now. Turn this bad boy off for now. Okay. And let's get started on the fish, shall we? This is kind of like the main attraction, the main event, if you will. This is the part that will earn us the big bucks or burn the forest down. Or both. I don't know. Although, first things first, I might need to release some of this Corona that we've been enjoying. I was originally thinking I have to walk back all the way back to the parking lot where there's a porta potty, but there's actually nobody here in this little area at this point, so I might just use the power of nature here real quick. That's probably fine, right? Holy carbs, Batman? Whatever, it's not supposed to be healthy, it's fine. All right, chat, I'll be right back. I'm going to go take a view of the scenery for a little while, okay? Nothing weird about that. I'm just going to check out the scenery, see what there is to see for a bit. Enjoy the, I don't know, just the nice scenery yourself, right? Oh, nice. Be right back. Okay. Okay. I'd say that we've successfully appreciated the scenery now for a bit. Unironically, it is beautiful out here. Although one thing I will say that I absolutely cannot stand, and surely there's got to be more than just me, somebody else find wet sandals, like having to walk around in wet sandals, be like top 5 worst feelings in the entire world. Because like, every time you walk, it's like, and I never get dry, but like your alternative is taking your sandals off, and then like you have a bunch of dirt on your feet, and then you get dirt on the sandals, and it's Crocs, bro, dude. I do have a tiny bit of fashion sense, so I'm not going to be wearing Crocs and basically giving up all rights to ever wear any sort of fashionable clothing ever again. Not going to do that. All right. Anyways, let's continue, shall we? Let's get out the fish. Because for Baja fish tacos, you do in fact need fish to create those. Otherwise, it's going to be pretty underwhelming. So I think it's just about time. So, this recipe says you can use a whole bunch of types of fish if you want. It calls for you can use like mahi-mahi if you're bougie, or tilapia if you're like really poor boy status, but we're going to use something in between. It says you can use cod, so we're going to use cod today. It's what we used back in the day for fish and chips, and I figure for this it should get the job done just fine. So boom, there's our fillet of cod. We're making a half recipe, so this is a half a pound of cod right here. I still have another half pound at home, where maybe if this goes properly, I'll make the other half some other time. But we're going to call this good enough because our cooking apparatus today isn't exactly large, so we don't want to overdo it on how much fish we're making. So the recipe says to kind of cut these into 1 inch by 3 inch chunks. Because like keep in mind that the taco, like the tortillas we're going to use are not large. They're going to be like, I don't know, this size or something. So you don't need large chunks of fish. It's not going to be like fish and chips. We're deep frying like the entire fillet all at once. So I think what we're going to do is just cut this in half like so. And then cut it this way like so. And like this size chunk is about what will go in the taco. I think that's pretty good right there. At this extra chunk, I guess that'll work too. All right, cool. Let's see. Well, we should probably start heating up the oil already, right? Because that'll take like a little while to heat up. So, We all know how my my deep frying experience has been in the past, so we're gonna have to keep this as safe as we possibly can. I've never technically deep fried using this specific thing before, like using the propane stove. So we're going to feel it out and see what happens. The good news is this time around, if our stove catches on fire, it's not our entire kitchen that goes up. It's just the entire forest instead, which is fine. This is not my forest, so I don't give a shit. It's fine. Now get out of here. Ah, Jesus, that was a giant bug. My God. All right. So, what are the steps we got to do? We got to pat the fish dry. Okay, sure. Then we're going to have to season this fish on both sides with salt. Cutting the strips are approximately 1 by 3. Okay. These feel kind of dry already as is, but pat them a little bit more dry, I guess. Sure. What could go wrong? Yeah, exactly. Hey, we got an entire river to put out the fire here if we need it, right? That'll be fine. Just toss the entire pot of boiling oil into the river. Surefire way to be completely safe, I think. Yeah. Okay. We'll call that dry, I guess. I don't know. And so to make the beer batter, okay, so I guess next thing we're going to have to do is make the beer batter that we're going to dip this shit into, so then we deep fry it. So I guess, yeah, while we're making that, we can let the oil heat up since, we're going to have to deep fry out here over the stove, and it's going to be fine because I know what I'm doing because I've deep fried just fine without incident in the past. It's going to be fine. It'll be fine. It's going to be fine. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, this rice just kind of chilling here. Is this? Oh, that's still pretty hot. Maybe put this on like some paper towels or something. Actually, no, we can just put it on the rocks back here. That'll work. Okay. Well, no, shit, I don't have bugs on that shit though. I guess I have a lid. I'll just put the lid on. All right. Yeah. All right. So. Let's get our other pot out. So we're not using that pot for the deep frying. We'll use a different one that is slightly larger. And in theory, safer because of that, I guess, maybe. Here's the tortillas we'll use as well. Boom. Classic pot. You might have seen this one before in cooking streams. It's definitely seen quite a bit of shit over the years. This is a pretty old pot at this point. I'm going to say go ahead and say the non-stick portion of the pot is not what it used to be, but that's okay. We're not using the non-stick when we're deep frying anyways. All right. So the recipe calls for using 3 to 4 cups of oil. I'm just going to kind of feel it out and just add what feels like is about right for the level of this pot. Like, obviously, these fish chunks aren't huge. It doesn't have to be like a super deep layer of oil. So I don't know. Oh, dude, this triggers some PTSD for sure. That's probably fine right there. I can't see a world where I need more than this. We're gonna go with that. That's fine. I don't feel comfortable adding any more than that. All right. Oh, what could possibly go wrong? Buy a new pot? Where's the fun in that? This pot still works fine. I don't know. Might look scuffed, but it still cooks food just fine. I don't know. Don't judge me, all right? It's called Clueless Bachelor cooking for a reason. It's not bougie bachelor cooking. All right, let's fire up. Yeah, here's another problem. I have no idea what exactly temperature it should be here to get the oil to the proper temperature. So we're going to, I guess, start conservatively and ratchet up the heat if we think it's not getting the job done. But we'll start slow. We'll start slow. All right. Sec. Let me put this adobo sauce away. Just toss it in a Ziploc bag. That's good enough, right? Sure. So is this going to be paella? No, we're making Baja fish tacos, specifically Ensenada-style tacos. So the next part of this process right here is we're going to make a little beer batter right here and dip these fish fillets in the beer batter. So that way we can deep fry them. What could possibly go wrong, right? Yeah. So, got our bowl from earlier. Let's just go ahead and use this, and we'll dip the fish in here. Once we made the batter. Did it actually fish for the fish? Of course it did. Yeah, dude. Right before the stream started, I woke up at 6 a.m., was out here fishing for 8 hours. Here it is. Caught the fish. Definitely just didn't buy it at the supermarket. Nope. Obviously not. All right, so, where are my ingredients? There. Okay. I've already kind of pre-portioned out some of the ingredients for the batter here, since I didn't want to have to worry about measuring flour and measuring other stuff here. So here's the flour plus the baking powder, the suspicious package, the suspicious bag full of white powder. Just flour, I promise. Toss that in there. Okay, so once again, we're making a half recipe, so this is the equivalent of half of what the recipe calls for, which I think is so half a cup of flour right here, as well as, like, I guess a half a teaspoon of baking soda. Okay. And then what else do we have to add to this silly little stuff here? 1 cup of flour, so half cup, half teaspoon of baking powder, done. Half a teaspoon of salt. We're just going to eyeball that. Half a teaspoon. Sure. Okay, there we go. Why not just shake it up all in a bag? Because where's the fun in that? Plus, like, I gotta add beer to it, so it's gonna get liquidy in a second here. Plus, you'd still have to take it out of the bag, because, like, you'd want to be able to, like, dip it in the batter, like, using the fish. All right, so some freshly cracked black pepper. Yeah, once again, it's not gonna be very freshly cracked, but I got black pepper. It'll taste fine, I'm pretty sure. Once again, it doesn't really specify an amount. I guess it's just sort of however much you feel like. Sure. This poor laptop, dude, is coated in just like a nice layer of food stuff that's accumulated over the past, like, year of cooking streams. It's kind of nasty, but it's all I ever use this laptop for anymore. All right, and then an optional teaspoon of chili powder. We ain't no little pussy, so yeah, we're adding some chili powder. How much did it say? Okay, half a teaspoon, so not much. Just like, that'll do. All right, combine well, then we'll add a cup of beer. Now, we've done beer battered stuff before. Specifically, we've done the fish and chips that we did at the camping stream last October, I think it was. So the fish and chips turned out wonderfully. We did that one over a campfire. So that was another sketchy deep frying experience that somehow managed to work well. So this time around, not a campfire, but using a different beer batter recipe this time around. But I feel like it's pretty hard to screw up, honestly. It's just flour, baking powder, and beer for the most part. Salt. Okay. This is one of those times when you remember I'm actually out in public. Yeah. Oh, it's a green screen. It's pre-recorded normie footage. I am, yes. Just doing a little cooking out here. It's totally normal Saturday, of course.
You recording?
I am, yeah.
Get out of here.
It's all good. All right. There you go. Anyways, so we got this mixed up, so I guess we're just on the beer. Convenient timing to have to take out the beer now. Also, let's test this oil. I doubt it's there yet, but it's definitely heating up. Not heated, not anywhere close for deep frying temperature yet, though, but give it time, give it time. Okay, anyways, I guess what we'll need to do is, like, realistically, we're only going to be able to dip this and then add it to the deep fryer one by one. You can't do them all at once, right? Because it's going to be kind of like the recipe calls for what you want, like, you want is, like, a consistency of, like, paint, essentially. So let's just bust out another can of beer and pour some in at a slow pace until we get the consistency that we want, shall we? All right. By the way, this qualifies as recording, right? That's recording to a VOD. All right. Yeah, I'm not going to measure this. We'll just eyeball it. Whatever, dude. Originally, the recipe, if we're making a half recipe, would want a half a cup. So the recipe says just get it to the consistency of paint. I'm a painter. My name is SalvDali. I paint all the time. I know exactly what that's like. So I think the justification of using beer as your liquid here is it's supposed to make it like extra foamy, and so therefore, like when you actually deep fry it, it makes it extra, I guess, airy and more light and crispy or whatever. That's, I'm pretty sure, the justification behind why beer is so good for using as a liquid for your batter. To me, it's just like, well, it's beer, so it's tasty, so like, why wouldn't you use it? That's enough for me, but evidently there's scientific reasons behind it as well. Sure. Is this a creek, river, or ravine? It can be whatever you want it to be, man. Don't let your memes be dreams. This can be whatever reality you want it to be. Now, in reality, it's a creek, but I don't know. It's a creek that's like knocking at the door of being the size of a river. Because there's another fork of it too, like over there, so it's actually larger than it even appears on here. So it's like decently sized. It still drains into like the main river in the town that I live in, but it's decent size. I don't know. All right, so yeah, I think I might have made this too thin. I might have to add a little bit more flour to this. This is not the consistency of paint. This is the consistency of like, well, it's not bad, but maybe a little thin. So I've got more. I did bring a backup flour just in case. I think we're gonna go ahead and utilize the emergency flour real quick. Emergency flour. Can you go rafting on it? No. Considering you can walk through it, it's about, like, maybe at its deepest point, about 1.5 feet deep. I'm going to go and say no, rafting's probably out of the question. You could, I don't know. You can crouch down, maybe, and it could go up to your stomach if you want it to. That's something, right? That should thicken her up. The beer adds bubbles to the batter and it fluffs it up, makes frying fish amazing. Sure, yeah. What he said. Totally know what he's talking about, obviously. Okay, there we go. That's thickening up to what we kind of want this to be now. Perfect. That's more what I'd call the consistency of paint. Cool. So, yeah, I guess the ratio of flour to whatever we have in here is maybe not quite exactly what the recipe called for, but I'm pretty sure it's going to work fine. Whatever, dude. Could I have actually measured the beer that I poured in here? Yeah, I could have, but that's a lot of work. All right, yeah, there we go. That's looking good. Buddy. All right, nice. All right, so, well, guess I'll just add the rest of the beer to this. Apple juice. Of course, I'm a good citizen. Of course. And, oh yeah, we have that extra lime that I just saved from earlier that was just sitting there doing nothing for a bit. And everyone knows you can't have apple juice without a bit of lime in it, right? Obviously. Okay. How is our oil looking? Because we need to get this, hot, right? But not like light the forest on fire hot. Got to find that happy balance. We've found both sides of the balance in the past. We've both undercooked stuff while trying to deep fry, and we've definitely overcooked stuff. So, all right, let's give you guys a bit better of a close-up view here now that it's time. It's game time, if you will. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. So, yeah, let's raise you up a bit. Ugh. Yeah. Let's test the oil again. We'll sprinkle some flour in there, but I think we're going to probably need to up the heat a little bit based on just what I'm looking at here, but let's not say anything until we actually just test this out real quick. Oh, it's actually simmering. Okay. It's probably not quite hot enough yet, but it's getting damn close if I had to guess. So, okay. In the meantime, you know what I'll do? Outside of get flour all over my computer, is let's prepare the plate that we'll put the stuff on once it's out of the deep fryer, because I do want to make sure that we can have a nice little, I guess, drying apparatus, if you will. So, I got fancy with it. We brought our little cooling rack here. Oh, shit. Yeah, that's right. Streamer came prepared. And let's get a paper plate that we can put that over. Okay. Oy. Okay, so there we go. So now we'll put the fish on there so that way the oil can drip off once we're good to go. Because Streamer is kind of a professional deep fryer. He knows exactly what he's doing, of course. Yes, of course. Oy. All right. Nice. Nice. Okay, nice. All right. Well, anyone else a little nervous right now? Oh boy, this is the first time I've deep fried since a certain emote was created, so. Oh boy. Okay. All right. I mean, that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. I'm going to turn up the heat just a tiny, tiny smidge, but not a ton. All right. All right. All right. We're going to just do one. We'll do one as a little test fillet. Okay. Okay. So, we're going to dip in here and then just immediately send it, essentially. Tastes like raw flour. Yeah. All right. Oh. So, actually, you know what? Another thing I'm going to do, get a paper towel so I can wipe my fingers off doing this shit. Okay. Oh. I'm worried that it's not hot enough, but I'm also a little worried that it's too hot, and okay. All right. Okay. All right. So let's get this nice and coated in here. Okay. And then toss her in. Okay. I mean, all right. That's doing its thing. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. I mean, that kind of actually looks like what it should be looking like right now. So, okay. All right, Chad, are we cooking? Are we cooking? I think we're cooking. Cooking with oil, if you will. One thing I should read in the recipe is how long am I supposed to have this in there? Cook for 3 to 4 minutes until the exterior is turning a dark brown. Sure. Okay. Okay, I mean, that's already looking pretty good. Fuck, man. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. I feel like it's probably maybe not quite hot enough, TBH. But then turning up the heat always feels like it's a bad idea, so. But yeah, all right, we're gonna turn it up just a little bit. as hot oil just kind of starts to fly everywhere. All right, never mind. Turning that down. Okay. Yeah. Okay. This is the test one, right? But I think based on what I've done deep frying in the past, it's probably not quite hot enough because it's like it's bubbling, but not bubbling a ton. It's not bad, but I think it needs probably a little bit more oomph for the next one. This one will probably end up a little bit soggy, I would assume. Better too soggy, I'd say, than burnt to a fucking crisp, but it's all right. That's why we have multiple fillets to test out here. Do I have a probe thermometer? That would require that I'm actually like competent and know what I'm doing, so the answer is no, obviously. I mean, okay, it's shit. Like, color-wise, it looks good. I don't know. It says 3 to 4 minutes, so I guess we'll be patient here. I've already got the urge to want to take this out, but patience, I guess, patience. This framed properly, by the way. Like a little view that way. There we go. All right. My instinct says to take this out now, so we're gonna take it out now. But okay, I mean that's a color, all right. That's certainly looking pretty good to me. Toss that on there. Okay. Shit. It's tasty. I'd eat that. All right, fuck it. All right, go again. Fuck it. Streamer's confidence is starting to get too high, and he's going to get too cocky, and then a disaster will occur at some point, I guess. That's probably how it goes. Oh, careful, SpongeBob. Oh, okay. Looks good, looks good. All right, all right. Oh, I keep washing my hand off on a paper towel. I just got literally water like from a river right here. I can just wash my hand in. What am I doing? Literally have nature's sink right next to me. How convenient. It's not Joel. No, we're not cooking Joel. Now, is it a little suspicious that Joel isn't actually here today? That is a little bit of a strange coincidence, but you'll just have to take my word for it that no, we're not cooking Joel right now. Don't worry, don't worry. I don't know. Do people eat sturgeon? Is that a thing? I'm not sure sturgeon is really all that much of a delicacy anywhere. No, yeah, it feels like it'd be a pretty... Based on what I know about sturgeon, not exactly a super appetizing sort of fish to try to eat, I'm pretty sure. But, I mean, I'm sure you could, but I'm not sure you'd want to is the problem. Joel tacos, bro, come on now. Man, I wish I always forget something whenever I do these, like, the IRL streams. Like, there's always something you forget to pack each and every time. This time it was Joel. I've never forgotten Joel for an IRL stream before, so it feels bad, man. But maybe he'd be a little horrified at what he's viewing right now anyway, so maybe it's for the best that he's not here. I don't know. Sturgeon is caviar, you believe? If that's your version of caviar, then hey, go for it, dude. I'm not going to stop you. Oh, yeah. Look at that color, baby. I like it. Should really have a better spot to put these tongs so I just don't get oil all over my table. I guess I can just put them on the drying rack. That's fine. This location is comfy. I'd honestly love to come back here and do another stream here. I was a little worried about how, like, you know, public it would be, but whoa, okay, it's getting very simmery. I'm going to turn this down a little bit, I guess. I mean, I think it's fine, but like, oh. It's definitely starting to spray oil everywhere onto my laptop and other various electronics, so that's cool. I mean, that looks pretty good. Okay, I think we just take this out now. I don't know. I hope this is fully cooked. Like, I really have no way of knowing until we just bite into it. But, I mean, it looks fine, right? Sure. Sure. All right, go again. Looks like it's browning a little too quickly. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. Like, was that, how long was that in there? It's supposed to be 3 to 4 minutes, right? So, like, that felt like 3 to 4 minutes. It's not like these are particularly, like, these aren't thick chunks of fish, so because of that, it's not like we have to worry about, like, it taking super long to cook all the way through. So, I don't know. I think it's fine, but I guess we're going to find out soon enough. But yeah, anyways, like I was saying before, this location's comfy. I'd definitely do something here again. I need to find a good excuse to do something here again, but it's like relatively easy to get my whole setup out here. It's like we're much closer to a parking lot than you think I am based on what it looks like out here right now. And the reception's immaculate. It hasn't effed a single time, which is awesome. And it's just kind of like a pretty location, right? It's nice. I would definitely come back here. And it's also nice and shaded too. I appreciate that because I was worried about roasting my balls off today, but turns out in the shade it's been fine. Where is this? Yes, sir. We are in beautiful Indiana. Lafayette, Indiana. Voted the #1 most beautiful town in Lafayette, Indiana. And Jinx? Nah, I mean, like, Nexus, I've done a couple of streams, like, not in this specific location before, but this is actually the same park that I did the cardboard box camping stream back in the day, and the same place that I did the breakfast burrito stream back in the day. And those streams worked amazingly well as well. Neither of those streams ever effed either, so at this point I'm pretty damn confident that this location is, like, bulletproof. You know, you never truly know with the IRL streams. Like, they can always, like, go wrong at a moment's notice, but this location's been extremely reliable in the past, and so far it's living up to that reputation this time around. Which I appreciate. A stream is a hell of a lot less stressful when you don't have to worry about the stream effing every 5 minutes. When you find, like, locations that are, like, good for IRL streaming, you're like, oh, baby. You feel like you've unlocked, like, the super juicy secret nuclear codes to proper streams. Because, like, the locations that don't work well just feel really bad, dude. Met any other cooking streamers out here? Weirdly enough, no. No one else is really doing this besides me. I don't really know why. Ooh, okay. Oil kind of spraying in every direction right now. A little painful, but okay. Whoa, careful now. Okay. We're gonna go with this fillet. This one's a little thinner than the rest, so I think this one will cook faster than the other ones. We're almost done, by the way. Like, shit, this actually... Honestly, this is not taking nearly as long as I thought it would. I thought this stream would probably last another hour or so, like, based on reading up on the recipes. So the fact that we're already kind of getting to the close we're almost done and ready to eat is cool, I guess. I don't know. Maybe not ideal for, like, the length of the stream, but whatever, dude. It's fine. Oh, clean this little chunk off. Oh, shit. Okay. Fish and chips? No, we're making Baja fish tacos. I mean, a similar process, but we're going to toss what I guess the Brits would call fish and chips into a tortilla and call that a taco instead. Wow. But a very similar concept as far as how you cook it, I will say that. Cool. Oh, lay in the creek after the tacos for content. I don't know if I want to soak my clothes to the bone so that way I can walk back to my car and bring my shit with me after this is over. I don't know about that one, dude. Maybe we'll take it. We'll wait. We can wade into the river at the end. How about that? By the way, for those that didn't see earlier, I can link the recipe again that we're using for these fish tacos because while we haven't tried them yet, so far I would say this recipe is, well, been working fine. I did say this was thinner than the other fillet, so I should probably take this out faster. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Can you hear the music in the background, by the way? Little Guns N' Roses for you guys. Can I give a hot take and say that GNR is kind of overrated? Ow, fuck. They're not bad, but they're like, they don't deserve to be on the same level as like all the rest of the classic rock legends. They're fine, but eh. And their lead singer's annoying. Alright, last one. Wait. Oh. Man, I have way too much extra batter. I should have just done all the rest of the fish too at the same time. Oh well. Sweet child of mine. Okay, but GNR's fine. They got some bangers, I'll give them that. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. Bro. This deep frying's been going suspiciously well. I don't know what I did to get this level of success, but we've just gotten what feels like amazingly lucky with this, because in the past, deep frying obviously has not been quite as successful for me. At least not on the first try. Guns N' Roses are the Nickelback of their era? Yes, thank you, dude. That's actually a really amazingly accurate statement. And like, look, I don't even hate on Nickelback. I think Nickelback is like fine. I think the internet likes to hate Nickelback because it's cool to hate Nickelback. In reality, is their music generic? Sure. Is it like the worst music ever made? No, it's fine. It's whatever. I would say, yeah, I agree that Guns N' Roses are kind of like the Nickelback of the 90s, like the early 90s, right? Yeah. No way you can actually make a GNR riff? What? Okay. Oh, it's getting kind of hot. All right. Whoa, okay. Whoa. I think it's done. All right. Whoa. Settle down, bud. All right. That oil maybe got a little hot at the end, but that's okay. All right. God, look at those fillets, though. Looks pretty good. I don't know. Okay. Let's go and turn that off. All right. There we go. We're done. That deep frying experience wasn't a fucking disaster, which is shocking because it's been known to be a disaster in the past. Okay, cool. As far as where I put the hot pot of oil, I think conveniently I've got like all these rocks back here. I can just kind of just set this on top of and let it cool off over there. Because I don't really want to have it cool off on the table right there, but the nice thing about rocks is they don't really catch on fire. That's convenient. Okay, stay. All right, and shit, I got so much extra batter. I'll have to save this later for probably just making more more fish later, because I still have like half the fillet that I didn't use for this stream. All right. All right. Good job, Stove. You worked wonders, as always. All right, and now we literally just have to plate all this shit up. We're done. Fuck, that was suspiciously easy. Normally cooking streams that usually take longer than I think they will. At the very least, they take the length of time that I assume they will, which is about 3 hours, 3.5 hours, whatever. Weirdly enough, this could be the first time in cooking stream history where I think the stream actually is going to take less time than I thought it would. Which, I mean, I guess that's good. I don't know. Is that good? Less content, but less disasters. Maybe that's not good. I don't know. All right. That's a good enough angle, right? Sure. Need a disaster? I think it's a little late for a disaster. I mean, we're literally done. That was it. That was the last step. All right, let me get the plate out. Let's just start plating this shit up. Fuck it. All right. So, let's grab a plate. Oy. Get a couple of tortillas out. I suppose one thing I could be doing with the tortillas, I guess I'm not going to, is the recipe says you should maybe like heat up your tortillas over a pot and crisp them up a bit so you just get them warm. Normally when I have fish tacos, I don't think they heat the tortilla up at all. I think it's just like they just put the regular ass tortilla and fill it up and call that good enough. And I don't really have an extra pot to be heating up the tortillas anyway, so we're just gonna go with the raw, well, not raw, but like, you know, the unwarmed tortilla and just assume that's good enough. I don't know. It's probably fine. Old Dali would have made a side dish. Bitch, what the fuck are you talking about? Bro, what the fuck does this look like? Hello, side dish. Hello. Hello. Mexican rice. That looks fucking delicious. Hello. Hello. Dali made a side dish. Hello. Imagine thinking I only made one dish. Bro. Bro. It's still even warm, too. Nice. Never seen you move so fast. Hey, I gotta defend my honor, you know? Okay. But yeah, let's do the, let's plate up the tacos first, shall we? Let's get this filet here, and that's perfect size, too. And this filet here. Those ones are a little chunkier, actually, but that's okay. All right, cool. And then, I mean, at this point, I feel like it's not all that difficult to finish off the arrangement, but for what it's worth, let's read the recipe to tell us like how exactly to arrange these. Warm up the corn tortillas. Yeah, I'm not going to do that, whatever. Each tortilla gets fried fish, and then the chipotle crema, and then the cabbage, and then a final squeeze of lime. Okay. Well, I got the crema right here. Nice. Just sort of spoon this shit on here. There. I feel like I should spoon this on, though, like, actually, you know what, yeah, I'm going to spoon this on after I put the cabbage on so it can be more aesthetic. Taste-wise, doesn't matter, but, like, I don't know. If you put the cabbage on last, then, like, it covers the crema, and then you don't get, like, the cool little orange saucy look, right? Speaking of which, here's the cabbage that's been marinating now for the past, I guess, 2 hours or so, right? Now, the recipe says that it should ideally marinate for, like, a day, but obviously we don't have a day to let this marinate, so hopefully over the course of 2 hours it's done something. Let's find out. Why am I putting pork chops in my fish tortillas? What? What sort of pork chops are you eating, dude? The fuck? Okay. Yeah, I probably should have chopped the cabbage maybe a little finer than I actually did, but whatever, it's gonna work fine. Okay. All right. Cool. And then, wait. Put that back in our fridge. Dude, this cooking stream's gone suspiciously well. I don't know about this one. This is like the Huevos Ranchero stream. That one went too well as well. Maybe I'm getting soft. Maybe I'm choosing recipes that are too easy nowadays. Or I guess maybe I'm just getting better at cooking. That's a horrifying prospect, but maybe that's the case. I don't know. All right. Anyways, the chipotle crema sauce, of course. I really should have like gotten some sort of better way to drizzle the sauce on here, but oh well. Maybe not as aesthetic as it could be, but it's gonna look or it's gonna taste the same. I'm pretty sure. All right. No need to be stingy with that. All right. And then a squeeze of lime, it says. So let's should probably prep that sooner, but whatever. All right, so I got half a lime here. That'll work. Limes are nice. They have no seeds. I appreciate that. Hoi. Hoi. Come on. All right. Hoi. Hoi. Hey, oh. There we go. Yes, sir. All right. And then just for the full plating experience, let's get some rice onto there as well. No side dish. Come on, motherfucker. Imagine not making a side dish. What do I look like, some amateur? Oh, right. I literally put it right here. No. Don't actually need the serranos anymore. So, yeah, I think actually after we let it sit for a bit, the rice ended up being fine as far as its moisture level. Maybe it's a little bit more moist than you ideally want out of your rice, but it's not bad. it's certainly going to be perfectly edible and perfectly tasty. Certainly looks the part, I'll say that. It's exactly what I would imagine Mexican rice at a restaurant looking like. All right, cool. A little more, a little more, a little more. Yeah. All right, let's give you a close-up. Oh, shit. Now, am I some professional food presenter? No, but honestly, dude, that's looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. I mean, does that not look like a delicious little Cinco de Mayo feast to you? Buddy. Oh, that's a P. Okay, sure. All right. Yeah, that looks legit, dude. Oh, look at that. Look at that. I think we kind of nailed it. And look at these fillets, by the way. Oh, I could just eat these on their own. Like, I don't need to put this in a taco, honestly. I'll just devour one of those whole. Buddy. Okay. Maybe a little close-up for the taste test, I guess. Yeah. Oh, I'm about to get some normies walking by. All right. That's okay. The batter looks banging. Yeah, I know, right? These look. I mean, I will bite into it and make sure it's cooked, but like at least on the outside, it looks amazing. I agree. Give myself a napkin as well. Okay. Cheers, chat. This has been a comfy stream. I was not sure how well this is going to work out here in the middle of the wilderness, but it's been great. I've enjoyed myself. I'd do this again. I'd just cook anything out here again. This is fun. This is comfy. Chilling, hanging out here instead of hanging with like friends who are very annoying. Like, you just hang with Chad. It's really just that easy. All right. Let's give it a shot. As usual, like with fish tacos, you gotta have to kind of pat this down when you wrap it up, so that way it can be contained in one little bite unit. Oh, Any doubts about the fish not being cooked perfectly? Oh. One more bite, I'll give you a cross second. I'm gonna give you a little close up here. I feel like it's gonna be kind of hard to see, I guess, but oh shit, that's cooked. Oh shit. Okay, yeah, the tortilla falling apart a little bit. I'll say like maybe heating it up would have been nice, but as far as like how it's cooked, perfect, dude. Perfect. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I might sprinkle some extra salt on this one right here, but that's okay. Like, as is, it's still amazing. The tortilla, I will admit, the tortilla would have benefited from heating it up a bit, because it's kind of brittle right now, so it's kind of breaking apart in my hand. Taste-wise, it's fine, but practically speaking, yeah, it breaking in half is not ideal. So, there's more normies arriving right now, and like every single one of them that arrives like gives me the weirdest look, like, what the fuck is he doing sort of look. Oh well. Whenever I do IRL streams out like this out in public, the first hour is always me being super self-conscious about me being out here and doing my thing, and then like after that I get used to it. I'm just like, whatever, people can think whatever the fuck they want, I don't care. I'm just like, I don't care, I'm enjoying tacos, fuck all the normies, whatever, dude. Cops are definitely getting called. Bro, there's nothing, I'm not doing anything illegal. That's the nice part, right? Like, I'm just enjoying my time in a public park and doing like little picnic in a public park. That's what they're for, right? We're just chilling. We're enjoying ourselves. Can't help but be curious if someone's here with my laptop in the middle of the river. Why is that weird? No, everyone does this, right? I don't know what you're talking about. God. What's great about it too is like crunchy as fuck. Let me like give you an example of like what I mean with a crunch. Yes, sir. The crunch factor is on point as well. Would be great content if the cops came. Exclamation point cops in the chat, perhaps? That wouldn't be a first for Clueless Bachelor cooking, let's put it that way. Back in the good old days. That was actually over a year ago at this point. That's crazy to think about. It'd be more weird if I didn't have a camera pointing at me. Yeah, I guess. Maybe that gives at least people a small idea of like why I'm doing this, but... You know, the funny thing is, if I was here with other people, it wouldn't be that weird. But sure, is it a weird solo activity? Yeah, I guess. But like, I'm not solo. Like, you know that. Maybe other people don't, but... Oh, yeah, you chat. What's up? Hi. Already a year? Yeah, dude, that was last spring. I think that was last April. Ugh, Jesus. All right, let's try the rice. Now, the rice isn't supposed to be anything special. Like, if you've been to a Mexican restaurant, it should be just like their generic rice that they serve as their side dish, but let's see how it is. TBH needs maybe a tiny bit of salt. But outside of that, the flavor's on point. That's what it should be. Oh yeah, let's sprinkle some salt in the taco. Yeah, I probably, in a very rare instance of Clueless Bachelor cooking, might have undersalted these a little bit. Then again, I also love a ton of salt. So in reality, for like regular people, this is probably like the perfect amount of salt. But all right, there we go. Try again. Yeah, there it is. Oh. That's bog, dude. That's bog. Yeah, that's good stuff. Ooh, yeah. I was worried about the moisture content of the rice, and like it's maybe like 10% more moist compared to what you would probably want out of rice, but I'd feel comfortable serving this to other people. Like, it's fine. Got the job done. I definitely am glad I let it like dry out a little bit by keeping the lid off, but no. All right. Okay. Oh. Feed the fish in the creek some fish tacos? Isn't that like some sort of weird, like, ethical animal cruelty sort of shit right there? I don't know about that. I'll have Joel try this out when I get home. How about that? Joel, by the way, in case you're wondering where Joel is, he's just been swimming in the river the whole time. Joel came back to his natural habitat, so I just let him like swim in the river for a bit and just enjoy himself. That's where Joel is right now, obviously. I haven't mentioned I'm getting weird stares because the camera is mounted to a life-size doll that I'm talking to. I mean, technically, you've never seen my tripod before, right? You have no idea what you're technically mounted to right now. Let me just say, chat, you are very mounted at the moment. Extremely mounted. Wow. All right, so here's the second taco with a bit of extra salt this time. That's tasty, dude. That's very tasty. Oh my god, these kids are fucking loud. Oh, that was such like an hour of serenity where no one else was here. Now it's a bunch of kids being kids. Ugh, gross. Yeah, honestly, I'm trying to think of things I would change about this recipe. Like maybe I would heat up the tortillas in advance so they're less brittle, because otherwise, like they kind of break apart when you bite into it, which is a little annoying. But as far as the cooking process is concerned, like I guess maybe a little more salt to the rice. Maybe a little more salt to the. I mean, you just sprinkle the tacos with salt. That's all you need, really. What I should have done, I should have sprinkled the fish fillets with salt, like right out of the deep fryer, right? So that way they could get like the salt kind of nice and ingrained into the deep fried batter or stuff, whatever. But sorry, just adding it after the fact worked fine too. What kind of fish did I use? I used cod. Nothing special, but Cod's the perfect fish. Cod's like it's like the white rice of rice, or it's like water, the water of fish. It doesn't have a taste, right? It's just like it has fish texture to it, but there's really no taste associated with it. So you kind of like it's all about like what you add to it, and so like it's perfect for like deep frying, right? So that way you can kind of add the nice crispy outer batter, whatever, and the sauce to it. And it's like it's a flavor that doesn't overpower the rest of whatever you're adding to it. Yeah, fish for people that don't like fish. I mean, yeah, I guess. I mean, I like fish. Don't get me wrong, but the neutral flavor for something like this works well. Most customizable fish? Yeah, for sure, for sure. It's like the blank canvas fish, yeah. All right, so yeah, the tortilla falling apart here. This part's not ideal, I'll admit. Oh. Was I this annoying as a kid? No way I was this obnoxious, right? Surely I must have been a well-behaved, quiet kid who didn't interrupt someone's random cooking stream in the middle of the woods, right? Remind me to never be 5 years old again. That's okay. You can't bring down my food enjoyment, though. This is very tasty. All right, fuck it. Normally I don't finish off the dishes that I make on cooking streams, live on stream, but I'm gonna do it here. Just be a quiet kid with tism? True, dude. I feel like that was kind of me growing up. I wasn't the loud, obnoxious kid. I was like the kid off in the corner who was too scared to do anything. What's up, Mossy Numbers? I hope this helps me get into shelter tonight, unlucky homeless streamer. Yeah, you think I'm just doing a fun outdoor stream. In reality, this is now where I live. I'm sleeping in the woods tonight because I have nowhere else to go. The subs lately, haven't been quite where we want them. I mean, what can you do? What's up, wee-oo. Disturbing the peace? Oh, as in like calling the cops on the kids. Just have to hide all the Coronas I've been drinking directly in front of them. Although, as far as they're concerned, it's apple juice. Obviously. All right. Let's finish off the rice, and maybe I'll take a little dip in the river, because, well, why not, man? It is summer, so who needs a roof? I mean, when it's like storming super hard and you got like downpours and thunderstorms outside, I'm not really sure I'm desperate to be outdoors. Skinny dip. I mean, that is a way to get myself put on a list if I want to. Okay. Oh, so what was the question earlier about the weather? Oh, any wild weather in Indiana with those recent storms in the Midwest? Nah, not really where I'm at. That stuff is more in like Nebraska and Iowa, so that's like pretty far to the west of me. Nah, no scary tornadoes for me. I live in an area that like isn't super in danger of tornadoes. We can get tornadoes here, but usually it happens in the states that are like a couple of states over to the west. So I've never seen a tornado. I've never even had to worry about like that tornado near me, as far as I know. So I appreciate that. I do love weather, and I'm very interested in it, but I'm also not interested in being that guy that drives straight into a tornado and be like, whoa, let's see if we can kill ourselves live on stream. Wow. Or was I going to eat the deep fried fish? My brother in Christ, I just ate 2 of them. You're fucking killing me, man. What do you think I was just enjoying? Now the rice tastes like the rice I've had at every Mexican restaurant my entire life. I mean, there's not much to it, right? It's just like tomato. Oh, they're playing Freebird in the background. Let's go, baby. No, this tastes like every Mexican restaurant's rice I've ever had in my life, which is like not bad. Can you guys hear the music in the background? I gotta say, I was enjoying my nature serenity earlier. It's a little family friendly at the moment for me, but good music, I guess. And before stream gets muted because DMCA managed to pick it up to the kids screaming. You can't hear it? Yeah, that's what I figured. And this bird you cannot change. Oh, oh, oh. All right. Can't believe I hired my own private DJ. Yeah, these people certainly aren't helping out with the stereotype of like typical Midwestern like redneck people with the music they're playing and a bunch of kids running around like swimming with their shirts on. People wearing like sleeveless shirts. I'm not gonna like turn around and like show you the people because like I don't want to be like weird about it, but the people you're hearing in the background are like the most typical Midwestern white trash you've ever seen in your life. Like if you just like try to imagine white trash in your head, like it's exactly what these people look like. Which like nothing wrong with that. That's fine. But I'm clearly more sophisticated than they are. Clearly, obviously. How many PBRs? Yeah, no alcohol from what I can see. Me included, just apple juice. That's okay. I mean, it is a Saturday with nice weather outside. I kind of assumed it'd be somewhat filled with other people as well. The smart thing to do would have been to stream them like a Monday or Tuesday or like some random weekday when no one would be here, but just kind of worked out where like today was the best day to do the stream. Brother, I'm cooking out of a cardboard box. I don't know what you're talking about. All right, look, hey, don't judge me, all right? Shut up. All right, let's take a walk around the river. That was delicious, by the way. I really enjoyed myself. I really honestly should have just cooked the other fillets, too. Eating some of the crunch on the outside, don't mind me. The fish was cooked perfectly, man. I was a little concerned maybe it was undercooked because it didn't feel like I left it inside of the oil for as long as like the recipe suggested, but it was fine. Like it was cooked all the way through, like perfectly, dude. A little more rice. Okay. Let's look at how's this river feel? I walked through it a little bit earlier, but all right. So, this isn't exactly what you'd call a deep river or anything, so it's not like I have to get my swimsuit on. Oh, is stream like effing? Don't do that. Are we good? Are we chilling? Why is the connection kind of shit all of a sudden? Are we okay, chat? It says 30 FPS still, so I guess we're fine? Okay. Alright. Alright. Let's take a little walk around. What does it feel like in here? Bit rate's low? Yeah, it's alright. I don't know why it's getting weird all of a sudden, but little thing of hot oil. Hopefully that's cooled down so I can kind of just... I don't know what I'll do with that after the stream's over, but I'll figure that out later. That's fine. But, alright, well, bitrate sucks, that sucks, but nothing I can do about that, so just hope that, I don't know, it doesn't get worse, I guess. Stay. Alright. Oh, jeez. My poor feet, man, walking on bare rocks. I never walk barefoot anywhere. Okay. Oh, that's a little cold. Okay. Okay, we're good. Oh, ow. Okay, these rocks are not comfy to walk on. Ah, Jesus. Okay. Oh, fuck. Okay. Ah, Jesus. All right, yeah. These are very large rocks. Okay. All right, we're good. Okay, we're good. It's not exactly what you'd call a sandy riverbed. It's very rocky and painful. That's where you want the Crocs. Yeah, I guess so, but you'll have to excuse me. I don't own a pair of Crocs, and, I don't plan on ever owning one in my life, so barefoot will have to do. Yeah, this is painful. Like, if I dig my feet in here more, maybe it's less awful. I could have worn my sandals, but I don't want to get my sandals wet. Wet sandals, like I said earlier, are the worst things ever. Well, it's nice out here. I'll say this. As you can tell, it's not exactly deep out here. It's not exactly a rushing, deep, voluminous river, if you will. But watch out for piranhas. Oh, that's Joel. Hey, bud. There he is. But yeah, after the initial shock, it's not actually that cold. It's kind of nice in here. Well, there you go. Yeah, that's the creek, all right. That's the river. Okay. Well, bacterial infection required. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't recommend drinking this water. It's probably a lot of like pesticide and farm chemical. Oh, Jesus, these rocks are not fun, man. It's definitely probably a lot of farming chemical runoff, but I don't know, there's little kids playing around in it, so it can't be that bad, right? If I see a kid growing a third arm, then maybe I'll reconsider. Oh, my fucking God, this hurts. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Oh, get me out of here. You definitely would need some, like, special shoes to walk around in that, like, more frequently. Oh, Jesus. Okay, get my sandals back on, please. Wait, I'm falling over. Okay. Alright. Now I gotta rock in these sandals, too. Fuck me, dude. Alright, well, I'll never do that again. Why do people go outside? That was fucking horrible. Oh, Jesus. I gotta clean my sandals off because they're muddy and wet as balls. Alright, chat. That wasn't a good idea. I'm never gonna do that again. Nice to look at, not so nice to walk in. Nah, I'm good. I'm good, dog. I'm good. Now my feet hurt, too. Keep in mind, I gotta drag all this shit, like, through a little, like, a forest trail back to my car after this is over, so glad I just thrashed my feet for that experience. Very cool, dude. I got very petite and, like, delicate feet, all right? These feet stay indoors 24/7, all right? The roughest surface they ever walk on would be carpet. Okay, so, like, don't judge me, all right? They're very sensitive feet. Okay. Ugh. Well, anyways, I guess we're done. I don't know. Like, this is weird. This feels like there wasn't any disasters to delay us or to slow us down or to cause the stream to take longer than I thought it would. So, all right. I guess the reality is that we just had a successful cooking stream and made some good food and enjoyed it, and now we can just kind of end? Sick Freebird soul in the background, baby. Lich King is dying right now as we speak. You got a good clip from when someone asked why WoW players don't go outside. Yeah, no kidding, man. Streamer tries to walk around in a river for 10 seconds, realizes how horrible of an idea it is, never does it again. ASR. Okay. Well, that was fun. I'll be honest. I'm gonna end stream, probably eat another one of these tacos before I pack all this shit out and get out of here. So that's probably a good sign that it went pretty well. Cool. It's like when I made the Shadowmourne all over again. You know, the funny thing is, like, the Wrath part of my streaming lifetime, whatever you want to call it, was not a particularly fond one. I don't look back on it with fond memories, but the specific stream where I got to get the Shadowmourne and then delete it, that was a lot of fun. If I could just play Wrath that way, only that way, where I just get Shadowmourne every stream and delete it, that'd be fun. The build-up of that stream, like, of would I or would I not get Shadowmourne, because we needed 11 shards, right? So, like, it wasn't a guarantee. In fact, it was probably not good odds. The fact that I got insanely lucky was cool. It's not Rocket. Oh, my. Oh, okay. That was not good. Anyways, yeah, the stream where we got Shadowmourne, like, after getting insanely lucky with shards, and, like, I'd prepared the video just in case, and got to do the whole delete thing. That was fun. That was fun. That was, like, honestly, probably my favorite stream of Wrath, which is not a good sign if that was the Wrath experience. Alright, yeah, sorry, that's not Rocket wasn't very rockety, it was more, hangy. Anyways, I guess we'll call the stream here. That was fun, that was chill, I enjoyed myself. Hopefully you guys did too. That was a nice little nature experience. Yeah. I would come back here again. I would do a stream right here again because, honestly, this has been just really comfy, really chill. I mean, I'm not sure I would, like, come out here not streaming and just, like, hang out here on my own, but I'm gonna pour another beer. That is gonna happen now, because I did bring one more, and I feel like I might as well just not let it go to waste, because, like, you know, what am I gonna do? But yeah, I would come out here again and do another stream. I don't know what I would do next time, but like it's just kind of a fun, chill spot to like cook food and eat food and enjoy yourself. Like I said, I'd probably come here during the weekday just so that way maybe there'd be less normies here, but that's okay. It's not like they ruined the experience. They just added some extra immersion, I guess. And yeah, it's a nice spot for sure. So anyways, I'll be back tomorrow, stream tomorrow. So this is the Cinco de Mayo stream, but I didn't do the stream on Cinco de Mayo because I've got an actual raid to do tomorrow. Gonna be doing a Nax on the Zug Zug Warrior tomorrow with the shiny new Gressel THC. First Nax with Gressel THC, Pog. So that you got that to look forward to tomorrow. That stream tomorrow is gonna start at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 19:30 Central European Time. Also other news to talk about. Shit. So, 5 Thunder Please is supposedly dead. And then Traeger comes out of nowhere a couple of days ago and be like, oh, by the way, sign-ups for next Tuesday's Nax that we're doing as a guild, apparently, I guess. We recruited a whole bunch of people, and so now the guild's fine, and we're going to keep doing farm raids, and we're going to try to, start doing regular raids again. So, apparently the death of 5 Thunder Please was very exaggerated. I don't know. I guess maybe I shouldn't be surprised based on Traeger's track record with his emotional roller coaster of the guild's dead. Wait, no, it's not. Never mind. So, I guess we're doing a guild raid of Nax on Tuesday. That's the plan. And then I guess an AQ40 BWL next Thursday also. Sure. I guess we've recruited a bunch of new people, if what he said is to be believed. So that's good. So maybe the dream's not dead. Otherwise, I guess you guys can do !Discord in the chat if you feel like joining my Discord. It's a place where I post stream news, stream announcements. Anytime I go live, I will make sure to ping you guys. It's a place where you can ask me something like, where am I right now? And as much as I'd love to tell you I'm in the middle of the Canadian Rockies out in Banff National Park. I'm up at the mountains right now. I'm in just some random ass creek in the middle of Indiana, very close to civilization. But it's cool that it doesn't look like it, right? It's cool that you can kind of feel and assume that you're in a place that's somewhat remote, right? So, all right. Anyways, I got to do the awkward get up and turn off the stream portion of the IRL stream. So. Like I said, I'm going to enjoy another taco after I end here. Appreciate you guys hanging out. Appreciate you guys keeping chat lively as always. That was a fun stream. I enjoyed myself. Hopefully you guys did too. Okay, one last thing I promise. The next cooking stream that I do will be... It's not... What's the date today? Is it May... It's May 4th, right? So, my birthday is coming up in 9 days. It's May 13th. So we're definitely going to do a little special birthday, probably camping stream on... I guess it'd be not this Monday, but next Monday, the Monday after that. So that'll be hopefully a fun stream as well. Kind of have a fun one in mind for that one. So if you want to know when the next cooking stream is, there you go. Anyways, appreciate you guys hanging out. Appreciate you guys keeping chat lively as always. And if you're NA, have a good rest of the afternoon. If you're EU, have a good rest of the night. If you're OC, have a good rest of the morning. Man, okay, this this setup looks a little ghetto when I look at it on cam like this now. It feels to me like it's fine, but now that I see it as it is behind the camera, that's a little, yeah, okay. Anyways, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.